Hello and welcome everyone to some more PBE. I am your host, or I guess we'll say maybe not the host, but the one in the driver's seat for the night. I am clicking the buttons and not writing the script, so you can't blame me for that. The one who is writing the script is joining me tonight, Lord Parquad, back in the saddle, 3 sims in a row, or maybe 4. I can't remember if you're on for Saturday, but this is number 3.
This is well, two technically, as I didn't do Tuesday because good old hummus hopped in there last second. But it's good to be back. First one that you and I have done this season. So
didn't we do opening
did
day?
we do opening day?
Did we do opening
It feels
day?
like so long ago. I don't
know.
remember.
I know.
It's like I know I did one with Plague, and that's the only thing I remember.
Yeah. Well, anyway, thanks everyone for tuning in on this later Thursday night. Let's get into the action here on the docket for tonight. We do have some featured matchups prediction. It has been posted by one of our mods there. Don Marcus is the name in the PBE. I don't know if who put up the stream. Is it I don't know the Twitch name. Is it Gaming Wall Ball?
Gaming Wall Ball.
Okay.
Yes, Don Marcus.
Okay. All right. I gotta sometimes yeah. There we go. That makes sense. Sometimes I gotta get the the whatever you call it, like the crosswire happening, or there's a term for it. You know what I mean. San Antonio Sloths and Vancouver Vandals, as we're going to see first. Prediction is up for that. Over under 7.5 runs. Last game outcome, it was the Sloths winning against the Vandals in Vancouver 6-5. But San Antonio has a pretty solid pitching squad, so they might hold the Vancouver Vandals to very few runs. We'll see. Providence takes on the Outer Banks Aviators, of course, in Alaska. That game will be next. A quick sim in there is probably an off day. Then we'll have the Kansas City Hepcats and Louisville Lemurs. This one in Louisville. So one Myers game on stream tonight. Few quick sims mixed in there, and then we'll have 2 primetime games to wrap up the night. New Orleans Rougarou taking on the Seattle Sea Serpents in Washington. Indianapolis Apex, Nashville Stars in the great state of Tennessee. So that is what we are expecting for tonight. Some fun matchups I'm looking forward to. I think that Indy and Nashville game is going to be pretty close. Providence and Outer Banks, somehow the Crabs are pretty good at snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. So let's check out the milestones. Recently here, Nick Fielder of the Outer Banks Aviators hit 450 doubles. Rusty Salmon Arms, longtime catcher for the Death Valley Scorpions, hit 150 home runs. Rake in the lake with the Lunar Base Space Rangers, 350 walks, been an eye fiend. Dinamite of the Pathfinders has got 350 walks. Mike Forbes Jr., Buffalo Surge's shortstop at 400 stolen bases. Relief pitcher for the Indianapolis Apex is up to 75 career saves, and longtime Buffalo Surge starter, now reliever, P.M. Schramm at 2,250 strikeouts. That's got to be approaching top 10 there. June Hodjoy, the Providence Crabs, at 1,000 career strikeouts, and H.R. Hypocrites of the Lunar Base Space Rangers up to 1,000 innings pitched in the career. We have a ton of potential milestones we could see this sim. Some I'd say maybe more leaning toward next sim, but find out. B. Fry of the New York Voyagers, 6 hits away from 1,250. He's been hitting hot. One of the top batters on the Voyagers there in his first season. Nashville Stars, Aldrin Sav is 3 hits away from 1K. Bob Babbitt-Person, Seattle Seahawks, just 1 run away from 600. IPO3, Vancouver Vandals outfielder, 5 RBIs away from 600, and then a ton of potential pitching milestones. We have 1 win for Gianna Morgan. I feel like Morgan's been on that, looking for that for a while. We'll see if that happens. Well, it won't happen. I think Morgan just took the loss here in the last game. So we'll have to wait a few games for that. But Leela of the San Antonio Sloths, strong Leela, that is 1 win away from 75. Benny Sheets of the Outer Banks, Alaska. Wait, the stats team put Outer Banks Aviators. I did not even notice that. Benny Sheets 1 win away from 75. Cesar Ajawaje, 2 strikeouts away from 1,500 on the career. Legger Macarena of the Lunar Base Space Ranger is 8 strikeouts away from 1,250. Psyduck, starter for the Toronto Pathfinders, 7 strikeouts away from 1K, and long time pitcher in the PBE, Lizzie Mitchell for the Rougarou, 5 innings away from 2,000 on the career. Probably going to hit that here tonight. Well, I guess they're in the bullpen, so sometimes it gets a little different. But so a lot of potential milestones there. Congrats to all these players for the recent ones, and a lot of big names on some upcoming milestones. Let's get ready to advance the day here. Vandals hosting the Sloths, a Legends matchup, a Legends West matchup at that. And we will see who is pitching. It is going to be Ragnar Lothbrok and Johnny Quest. So Lothbrok, you usually don't want to see a double-digit ERA, in left of the decimal, that is. And Johnny Quest having a solid season. I think first season in a Sloths jersey for Quest via the Cancun Toros. So early indication seems to favor the Sloths for batting and pitching. We'll see. We've seen some pretty close Vandals games. I think we were watching one on opening day Parquad, if that jogs the memory, between the Vandals and the Raptors, which was a pretty good one. So
it indeed was, but I mean, as we always tend to see, is sometimes the home teams can get one over, regardless of what OOTP may think.
That's right. And, another thing, if you're new to a Dustin Parquad stream, don't look at the hit column because hits don't matter. So
they indeed do not.
Just a few more minutes here before we get into it. You want to start it off, or do you want me to get things going?
I can start it off.
Okay. All right. We'll do a little half and half, or not. But it's kind of like a fourth and a half and a two fifths. I don't know. A fifth and a half and I don't know, something like that. All in on the other. I don't know. I really like the over. I think San Antonio could hit the over on their own with the pitching matchup here. But Lothbrok has had a 243. That's a 200, not a 2.43. That's a 243 ERA against the San Antonio Sloths. So I kind of like the overs, but I could have commentator cursed it. So you never know.
I mean, hey, no, knows?
I don't. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you only see double-digit ERAs if after like a game or two. But he's 10 starts in, and he still has double-digit ERA.
We're past that point, I think. So, like right now, I would say after about this stream here and not tomorrow, Saturdays, the stats are going to kind of settle into closer to what you'd expect for the rest of the season, with some exceptions. But
either that or your name's Scheidermay, and you just poor Geronimo Ovechkin would just get hammered season in and season out.
True, could be worse. You could be Anthony Parco. Am I right?
Dude, you're telling me.
All right, let's get it going. Mr. Parquad himself calling first pitch here from Ragnar Lothbrok.
Ragnar Lothbrok to good old Ozymandias Albies, the longtime Sloth. Let's see what he can do here, starting it off against Mr. Lothbrok. 0-2 count to start it, and he will hit one right into the gap, starting off hot. A 2-strike double there to lead off the game for Albies. All too well 10-minute version coming up now. The 1-1 count, man on second, and he will lace one to center field for a single. They are not going to send the runner, so you got runners at the corners. And that's going to be a third straight hit from Mr. Longpipe. First run comes in for San Antonio. 3 straight hits to start the game for San Antonio. Zane Cold up now. Grounded to third, but no, he can't make the throw. That'll be an infield hit. So 4 straight hits. Big Vito up now, 0-1 count. He'll hit that one into right. That should be the first out. Indeed is, and they don't send the runner. Uji Lanikai up here, and he will get another single. That'll score 1. They don't send the second runner. So now it's a 2-0 game here for San Antonio. Don Marcus coming up now. Marcus grounds to the second baseman, and they turn 2. So after that, Ragnar able to get out of it and only giving up the 2 after what very easily could have gone poorly. As, say Mr. Gaming While Bald there ruined it for his team there to have a big inning. So congrats. Good job. Kurtzworth Jr. will ground out to lead that one off, and then Garfield strikes out there against Johnny Quest. Elwood Hayes coming up now, full count, 2 outs, and that's an absolute rocket to the wall in the right field. That should be extra bases here, as he will slide into second with a 2-out double from Elwood Hayes. Dan King Jr., the second baseman, up now. Hits a hard one, but right at the third baseman to end the inning. So 2-0 in favor of San Antonio after 1 inning. Let's go back to the top of the second with Fresca leading off. And then that will be out number 1. 3-0 count to Brown. But he swings at that one to ground out there. So 2 up, 2 down here. Albies will ground out to the pitcher. So, all right.
Sometimes it's an infield single. Sometimes,
that's why I wanted to hold on a second there, just in case. Sometimes they just stand there for about 45 seconds before throwing it. But Lothbrook able to quickly settle down there after the 2-run first inning. IPO 3 pops out to the third baseman, and then Roder Wash with the goatee gets the single here. Catcher Scudder coming up now, 2-2 count, and he will, fantastic play by left for Lanikai. And then that will be the end of the inning there by Chance Grove. So top of the third, back to you, Dust, as 2 innings down, 2-0 is the lead for San Antonio.
And the unders are feeling really good about it, but that is going to be a solo shot by all too well 10-minute version, number 9 on the season. Nobody on base, though. And they say in the biz, solos won't kill you, but based on Ragnar Lothbrok's ERA, he's given up a lot of solos. 3-0 lead now in favor of the Sauce. Nobody out. That is long pipe ground out to the second baseman. 1 out. 2-0 count to Zane Cold, and the first baseman for the Sloss has got a single up the middle to center. So 1 on 1 out for Big Vito. Retired DH for the Sloss, or in the final season for Vito's career, is going to pop out to right center, 2 down. Luigi Lanikai makes good contact. That is a single to center once more. So runners on first and second. Don Marcus gap shots this one. Maybe a little redemption for grounding it into a double play with bases juice. That is a 2 RBI double, and Marcus able to advance to third. But no, he is punched out, and that's why, folks, you never want to get the third out at third. Could have been standing on second. A single will score him. Inning is over, but the 2 runs do count. 5-0 lead for the Sloss after the top of the third. And that is going to be a Ferris Brewer Jr. infield single. Yep, so no error on Fresca. And then, hold on, another hit to middle infield. That's second baseman. Swerve Jr. on with a single. But Garfield strikes out with a runner in scoring position. Now with Elwood Hayes up, he's going to fly out to center. So that's out number 2. Runners on first and second. And Dan King Jr. is going to single this one to center. Runner rounding third and safe at home, so it's a 5-1 game. Vandals on the board for the first time in this one, getting the quest a little bit. Full count, big hack swinging in IPO 3, but wanted it all there, had nothing. You're out for strike 3, and we will go to the top of the fourth. San Antonio with a 4-run lead. Antonio Fresca starting things off. A little cold hitting there to start the season, but is going to get a single. Looks like Ferris Brewer Jr. trying to sell the grab, but it was a trap. Bartholomew Brown bounces out to the second baseman. Runner on second. Ozzie Albies, though, with the strikeout, runner in scoring position, 2 down. 10-minute version had a home run, and now a bloop single is going to score Fresca from second. 6-1 lead for the Sloss, as 10-minute version with a 3-for-3 day at the yard already. And that is going to be a knock past the second baseman. 10-minute version not stopping, and he is safe. So long pipe with an RBI knock to make it a 7-1 game, and that's the overs already in the top of the fourth. Zane Cold strikes out to end it, and that will bring us to the bottom of the fourth. 1-7 is your score. Rotor Wash with the goatee trying to change that for the favor of the Vandals, but they trail by 6. Goatee is going to ground out to the first baseman. That's one quick one. Gabriel Kutcher Scudder grounds out to the third baseman. So 2 up, 2 down for the Vandals, and that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning as Chance Grove bounces out to Albies at second. Top of the fifth we go. Johnny Quest with 3 strikeouts here through 4 innings and an earned run. Zion Wins has entered the game last inning trying to do some damage control. But 6-run deficit is going to be quite a bit for this Vandals offense to overcome. Luigi Lanikai with 1 out is going to get one past the first baseman for a single. That'll bring up Don Marcus, and Marcus is going to pop up to shallow right center, 2 down. Antonio Fresca is going to get this one to shallow left, so a bloop hit. Blast and a bloop is what they say, but no blast coming on this one. That's Bartholomew Brown lining it to Rotor Wash with a goatee. 3 down. No runs in the top of the 5th for the Sauce. We go to the bottom of the inning. Vandals, Michael Ferris Brewer Jr. is up. And Brewer Jr. is going to ground out to the second baseman. 2-2 count to Kirksworth Jr., who bounces this one out to Marcus at third. And John Garfield's going to get under this one too much. No problem there for Lanikai in left. And that will do it. Another 1-2-3 inning here dealt by Johnny Quest. We go to the top of the 6th with the leadoff hitter for the Sauce up, Albies. And Albies will watch strike 3 go by. And keep in mind, we do have a prediction, another prediction up, a little bonus prediction. So be sure to wager your channel points there. Are there going to be any runs in the 9th inning, yes or no? 10-minute version with a 4-for-4 day is on first, but Long Pipe's going to strike out swinging. A hit from Zane Cold, who's hitting hot. 3rd knock of the day for him. Has runners on first and second now for Big Vito. Vito will also get a knock to left. That is going to send 10-minute version to home, and he is safe. 8-1 lead for the Sauce here as we go to Luigi Lanikai. And, oh, that was nearly a wild pitch. Lanikai is knocking this one to right field. Will they send the runner? They do. The throw is not in time, just barely. Safe as Zane Cold. 9-1 lead for the Sauce as they're opening it up a bit here in the 6th. Don Marcus kills the rally here with a strikeout looking, and that'll bring us to the bottom of the 6th inning. The 3-4-5 hitters for the Vandals do up. They trail by 8. Johnny Quest still out there is going to get Elwood Hayes the ground out to the shortstop. 1 up, 1 down. And then on the aces count, Dan King Jr. is going to fly out to right. That is a shot, though, to the left field wall. A sliding double by IP03. Maybe give the Vandals offense a little life here. And with that wild pitch, it's Rotor Rush with the goatee getting under it, but ending the inning with a fly out to left. Oh man, Parquad throwing daggers. He's just lucky he doesn't have to watch his pitcher on stream today. Might have to watch mine on stream today. I'm gonna pull my hair out. Antonio Fresca getting off the cold streak there, back to batting above 200, gets a single. Bartholomew Brown's gonna fly out to right, about the only Sloth who doesn't have a hit today. And then Osmandi's Albies up, 1-2 count, strike out swinging as Mudbone has entered the game to try to clamp things down. Mudbone issues a walk to 10-minute version. They're pitched around him. He's got a home run and 3 base hits, couple RBIs. Long Pipe bounces out to the first baseman to end the inning, so no fireworks here in the top of the 7th for the Sloths. We head through this 7th inning stretch. Bottom of the lineup for the Vandals are due up. Catcher Scudder is going to ground out to the shortstop. That's 1 down. Chance Grove is going to draw the walk. That's 1 on, 1 out now for Michael Ferris Brewer Jr. And a strikeout swinging for number 2, Swerve Jr. As Wendy Marvell's actually entered the game here and surrendered a hit on the first pitch. Ambush tactics here by Swerve Jr. and the Vandals. Garfield, hard contact, but able to snag it on a hop as Antonio Fresca dumps it over to second to end the inning. We head to the top of the 8th. Sloss with a comfortable 9-1 lead, Parkman.
And, you know, for once, hits do seem to matter. The 19-7 seems to be kind of one-sided.
They heard us.
OTP's like, man, they were onto us. They got to change it up a little bit. But the Sloths looking to add some on as Lanikai with another screamer to the wall there, and that should score it, and it will. So it's a 10-1 lead now for San Antonio as Lanikai ends up at third. All right, Don Marcus up now, the 1-2 count, and he'll swing through that one, and a strikeout. Fresca coming up now. Fresca will pop fly on the infield to end the inning. However, San Antonio tacks on another one. So bottom 8 we go with a red-hot hitting third baseman of the Vandals, Elwood Hayes. And they will unfortunately not continue that streak here, as that's going to be an infield fly to snuff out that flame. Oh, but Dan King Jr., on the other hand, hits a rocket over the center fielder's head for a 1-out double. IPO3 coming up now, and that's going to be the lace one down the line. That should score the run, and it will score. All right, so they're cracking away. Only eight runs now. Only 8. It's doable. Rotor Wash with the goatee coming up now, and he'll hit one into the gap. So there you go. That's now 3 runs, 7-run deficit. Gabriel Catcher Scudder, the GM. Let's see if he can do something here. 1-0 count. That will be a pop fly into right field for out number 2, and can't move the runner up. Chance Grove, the DH, looks at that one. Strike 3. All right, 8th inning over. Vancouver does tack on 2, but like I said, now it's only a 7-run lead. So top of the 9th we go. See if San Antonio can get those 2 back. Bartholomew Brown up now. Hard hit ball, the second baseman for out number 1. Ozymandias Albies up now, and he'll lace one to center field for his second hit of the day. All too well 10-minute version, like you said, 4 for 4, but he strikes out on the full count slider there. Out number 2. Long pipe has the 3-0 count as he'll watch that one go by. Zane Cold it's another one of those risky risky animations there.
Yeah, you don't know how they're going to quite go.
Bottom of the 9th, though, starting with Ferris Bueller, the 9-hole hitter. 7-run deficit, and that'll be out number 1. Cork Swerve Jr. coming up now. As he hits on hard and to right, but directly to the right fielder. Out number 2, and Garfield will watch that one go by from Marvell to end the ball game 10-3 in favor of San Antonio.
So no runs in the 9th. So if you guess no runs, you get the channel points. And if you guess the over, you also get the channel points. Although the Sloth Bats did cool off a bit after the 6th inning. Just all too much offense there in those first 4 innings. Vancouver could not catch up. Everyone getting a hit basically on the Sloths except for Bartholomew Brown. I'm sorry, my guy. That's just doobie how the balls are bouncing. Oh no, he's in here. Oh no.
Mr. Jiggy. Hey, you're still having a decent season there, even from home. Right. So one game still worry about.
All too well 10-minute version, I think deservedly so. Let's take it around the league. Parquad, do you want to rattle this one off quick?
All right, as the Pathfinders get their 29th victory on the season, 3-1. And looks like here, Boise side, not much offense there. Just a couple of solo hits there with a double from corner vacuum. Toronto side, on the other hand, having a big day there from Zach Johnson Jr. 2 hits, 2 RBI. Going down to the pitching side here, Geronimo Ovechkin, as we were speaking of earlier. Mr. Scheidermay taking the L there, but having an ERA that's not double digits. So good for him. Starscream, on the other hand, will get his 9th victory of the season, going 8 2/3, only getting up to 1 run while striking out 13 and getting your player of the game, with Maurer getting their 10th save.
Good outing. And the Providence Crabs with a good outing from their starter, Pax Torrent, player of the game in this one. As they hang on to win, they actually almost choke it, unsurprisingly so, but then a 1 run in the top of the 9th, they were able to hold on to it. Looks like Shiesty Jr. and Swan Song Goose with a couple of solo homers, and then Adij Mizart Cove, the go-ahead run in the top of the 9th. Oh, and there wasn't a lot on Outer Banks, but a couple RBIs for KO. I think had a clutch double there with some runners in scoring position. Torrent the start, no decision. Benny Sheets start, no decision. I think he was close to a win milestone there, so I'll have to wait for next time. It's going to be Pax Torrent, your player of the game. Flamingo Star gets the win in relief.
And what you always love to see of Voyagers, L. 6-4 as 5 of the 10 runs scored in the game come in the 9th inning.
That would have been a fun one to watch.
That would have been a very fun one to watch. But on Buffalo side, 10 hits with a big day there from OOTP Wizard with 3 hits, 3 RBI, with multi-hit day from Cookie Monster and Hulk Savage as well. On New York side, you have Errol Cove going 2 hits, 2 RBI there in the 2-hole, with B. Fry getting 3 hits. I think that was he 3 hits away from something, I believe?
6 hits.
Wrong?
6 hits.
6 hits. All right. Well, there you go. He got halfway.
That's a pretty good chunk.
Yes. Going down to the pitching here for Buffalo. Clifton, the no decision. Delete the index with the win. Roy, the save. Parco, the big loss. You'd love to see it as always. And then your player of the game is going to be OOTP Wizard.
All right. I mean, good outing for you, my guy. Just not not right place, right time, I guess.
Sometimes it's just how the cookie crumbles, you know.
And how the cookie crumbles for the Apex when I stream is very favorably. They win 11-5 on the road over the Lunar Base Space Rangers. Paz is slipping me hundreds to stream the whole season next season for the Apex, but they're going to get the win here. We're going to see the the Apex a little bit later tonight, so stick around for that. Big day for Mackenzie and Koala Kyle, as well as Cal Pico in the middle of the order for the Apex. And then looks like Rake in the Lake maybe he had a 3-run bomb, but and Dog and Eminem was the run in there, but that was all the offense they were going to get on the Space Rangers side. Indianapolis starter Stun Gun roughed up a little bit. Bubbles and the McThumper able to lock it down. HR Hypocrites, no decision. Marcin with loss. And Koala Kyle, your player of the game.
All right, next up here, we have another high-flying game here between DVS and NOLA. 9-7 in favor of DVS, creeping back to that 500 mark after the rough start they had. DVS's side, 15 hits there with all but one player getting on base. I have Rake Slammer leading off with 3 hits, Rusty Salmon Arms with 2, Gladdy Varero with 2, and then a huge day from the DH there, Dan King, with 4 hits, 3 runs, and 3 RBI. On the other side of the house, we have New Orleans also only having 2 players without any hits. Manuel Bang leading off with 3 hits, and you have Brennan, Bajam Reyes, Tulowitzki, and Steelflex all having 2 hits as well. Going down to the pitching here, Tsunami and Lycan taking the no decisions in their starts. Scott the win, Petrovic the save for Death Valley, and Tentacion the loss. Player of the game is going to be Daniel King.
Okay, more champions matchups. Toros and Sea Serpents. We're going to see both of these teams tonight. For sure the Sea Serpents later tonight. Cancun wins 6-2 in this matchup. Seattle's bottom of the lineup was able to get things going here. Top of the lineup struggled, but only 2 runs to show for on 8 hits. Cancun with the same number of hits, but a lot more opportunistic and a little bit better at drawing walks. Looks like Lauren Jackson with a couple RBIs in there. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt with a home run. Pitching-wise, Ike Sampson getting things done. 1 earned, 6 innings of work, and 8 strikeouts. Ermergerd takes lost Negs with the save, and Ike Sampson, your player of the game. Don't forget, we have a prediction up for the Providence Crabs Outer Banks Aviators. Providence up 2-0 in the series. We'll see if the Outer Banks Aviators have some fight back in them at home in Game 3. Final score differential over under 3.5 runs. So will either team, I guess, win or lose by more than 3.5 runs. I like the under in this one. I think both those games have been decided by like 1 or 2 runs in the series so far.
And speaking of 1 or 2 runs, Nashville will come out on top of Detroit 4-3, as Detroit did try to get something there at the end, but couldn't get it going.
Can't fault Dogwood, though. Can't fault Dogwood.
You can't. And again, what do we say, folks? Hits don't matter.
Hits don't
Detroit
matter.
had 10 hits on the day, with multi-hit games here coming from Apollo, Dogwood, and Jolly. But on Nashville's side, those bats come to do a little more work, as your big day there is from Hirahara with a couple extra base hits by Silliams and Hammer. All right, going down the pitching side, Donahue will get the win, Hitsunagi with the hold, and Ishioka the save for Nashville. And Hugh Mann will take the loss in Detroit side, with the player of the game going to be Phil Donahue.
That's it for majors this day. We swing it over to the minor league action, where we have the Florida Flamingos winning. We'll skip it around just for the sake of Parco. What's good? Former Unique team losing to current Unique team. Which 43? I don't even know. It's 43 for the Flamingos. Amy 43, 2-run homer in the bottom of the 12th to win it all. We love to see it. We love to see it. I mean, I don't know if Anik's in chat, but I know Parquad's with me, and Flamingos always lose when I stream, so I don't know what's gotten into me lately.
I mean, hey, that's the norm for me as well.
It was a good day. I mean, I guess okay day pitching-wise for McChapperson. Just didn't have the run support really at the right time. And Dizzy Stoner to start, no decision. Was this my bestie, his power is going to get the win in relief. Leon Riston, your play of the game.
All right, jumping over to here, Louisville will get their 23rd win of the season, scoring 6 runs in the top of the 8th for a 9-3 victory over Anchorage. On Louisville's side, all but one batter getting a hit, but everybody getting on base. So there you go, everyone's contributing. Destro with 2 hits, McCannon with 2 hits, 2 RBI, and then Hartman 3 for 5 with 2 RBI, and then Catch 2 hits as well. On Anchorage's side, you had a couple big bats doing the work here. Red Panda and Scotty McNeely will have 3 hits, with Wallace having 2 as well. Going down to the pitching side here, Rick Roll will get the win, Kratt the hold, and Murphy on a hold as well. Guy Manuel Lohr will take the loss for Anchorage. Third of the game is going to be Zach Hartman.
Okay, and we have the Dillos winning over the Firehawks 2-1. They're sitting at 25-16. Pretty good record for Amarillo. Firehawks struggling a little bit in this opening season. It's kind of even for both teams, and again, they don't seem to matter as much. Just opportunistic hitting at the right time for Toksum and Murphy. They knock the runners in when they need to. You know, like some people say RBIs are a team stat, and I just argue back. Like, yeah, I agree. Somebody's got to get on base, but somebody also still has to, like, you know, hit the ball and knock them in. Pretty much the pitcher's duel in this one. Good start for Schlossberg. Can't fault Schlossberg in this one at all. Jeff Salad, great outing. It's going to be your player of the game. No decision, though, in this one.
Next up here, we have the Ranas taking down Kansas City 5-2 in a offensive showcase here for the top part of the lineup for Puerto Rico. Both top hitters get 3 hits and 2 runs with another 2-hit day there from Berzowski in the 8-hole. On Kansas City side, not much offense, but you do have 2 hits there from Shea Dynasty. Going down to the pitching here, you have Arya getting the win, Shirazi getting the hold, and Whitaker the save. Glorbenspiel will take the loss for Kansas City. Player of the game is going to be Artemis Arya.
It's only a matter of time before Arya rules the league once more. The Legends East.
Oh, it seems like that's death taxes and Arya pitching well.
Right. Bruce City Bears walking off in the bottom of the 9th. Looks like is that Dan Guile or DeGuile or with a single to win it for the Bears. They're sitting at 19-22. The Kingpin still, I think, with the top record in the minors right now. Just overall, not as much offense for the Kingpins as you may be used to. Alexander with a solo shot, a couple hits for Murphy the second. That was about it. Big day for, is it Dan? I want to say Days and Guile.
Yes, Days.
3 hits and 3 RBIs, couple hits there for McCroyd and stuff, which is one of my favorite names there in the PBE right now.
I was scolded yesterday that it's Dazen. So yes.
Dazen, or is it Dazen?
I was saying Dazen.
Dazen Guile?
I was yelled at loudly that it's Dazen.
Like
somebody
like
who
the
is that
hotel,
player,
like the Days Inn, like the Days Inn motel,
Day
or,
and then Zen,
or like Days and confused for so long it's not true.
You could say that, yeah. We can go that way.
Anyway, there's the pitching. Winnie the Paps, the dub, Phantom with the loss, and Days and confused Guile, your play of the game. So we'll get ready for our next stream game. It's going to be the Outer Banks Aviators hosting the Providence Crabs. Prediction is live for it, so be sure to wager them channel points. Right now, the over looking like a pretty good value bet, but I do personally like the under, and I'm 1 for 1 on the day, so I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, there you go.
I didn't participate in the will there be runs in the 9th inning, so I guess you miss every shot you don't take. So I guess I'm 1 for 2 on predictions for the night. So listen to me or don't. It's a coin flip. By the matchups, it looks like it's in favor of the Providence Crabs, but the Outer Banks Aviators have some solid players. Cole Kim having a monster season, and is this Kim's last? He didn't announce retirement, did he?
I don't believe so.
Okay,
but I don't remember.
He's just AW's just not GM anymore. Sometimes I can't keep track of that stuff. Because I'm busy, man. But, I mean, the Aviators, like we said...
You're telling me that PBE is not your life?
No.
That's wild.
Depends on who you ask in my household, but... it's going to be... The Aviators pretty stingy, and like we said, sometimes the hometown team gets a little bit of a bump. I mean, Hangman having a little bit of a rough season could have a bounce-back game here. Daly, a really good season to start for the Crabs here, so... Just a few more minutes to get to predictions in. I'll start out the first couple innings, and then I will punch my fists into the air while you're calling. Not out of probably not out of joy while you're calling the middle of the game, and then I'll finish it off. So.
Yeah, you'll be punching your fists in the air either in rage or joy to finish the game off.
Usually it's the former. So okay, let's get into it. We don't want to dawdle. We're already about 40 minutes into the stream, so we'll keep things moving with Jordan Gonzalez leading things off for the Providence Crabs, the speedster himself, Hangman and his bleeding crown out there to throw the first pitch. Looks like it's going to be a pretty decent day here in Outer Banks, North Carolina, not Alaska. First pitch from Hangman is going to get rocked all the way to the wall. That is a lead-off 2-2 double by Jordan Gonzalez. Slide in there safely. Almost was thrown out because the ball ricocheted so hard off the wall. Whiskey Fuse is going to draw walks. So we got runners on first and second. Nobody out. Early trouble here. And the double steal is going to work out for Gonzalez and Fuse. So 2 runners in scoring position for Shiesty Jr. But Jr.'s going to foul out to counterpart first baseman, 1 down. Mr. Alligator with an opportunity, draws the walks. We have bases juiced for hot hitting, or not hot hitting, but Swan Song Goose. Goose is going to give it a ride to left center. Do they send the runner? They do. Gonzalez pretty fast, and he is safe. It's really close play at home. Providence out to a 1-run lead on some small ball. 2 down for Benito, and Benito cold hitting no longer. That is a shot to the right field wall. That is going to be a 2 RBI double, error on the throw. They're going to charge an error on Henry trying to throw it home. Providence out to a 3-0 lead. Runner on third, Alou, who hit for the cycle a few days ago, actually, is going to fly out to center to end the inning. 3 runs in the top of the first. Providence starting out with a bang here on the road in Game 3 of the series. Up to pitch for the Crabs is James Daly. He's got a crooked number to work with, and Dunkin' Donuts is going to watch strike 3 go by for 1 down. Hot hitting Cole Kim, lefty on lefty matchup, and the batter Cole Kim gets the best of it. He's gotten the best of so many pitchers. 1 on, 1 out for Kaoru, but Kaoru watches strike 3 off the bat. Looking, can't get the bat off the shoulder. That'll bring up Okada Khan. Full count, runner moving on the pitch, but it is a fly out to center, and that will be out number 3. So the Aviators with a single, and that's about it. That error maybe cost them a run, but it's a 3-0 lead for the Crabs as we go to the top of the second with Adajmai Cove bouncing one back to the pitcher. That's 1 down. Calvin Cool Crab up, giving this one a pretty good ride, but it's going to hang up in right field, 2 down. Jordan Gonzalez, another gap shot. That is going to be 2 for 2 on the day. He's not stopping at second. Oh, he is stopping. Okay, maybe a good decision. So he'll stand there. Whiskey Fuse with an RBI opportunity. Fuse is going to fly out to left field, so no runs coming across to the Crabs in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the inning with Brooks, the shortstop, Beckett Brooks, that is, leading things off. 2-2 count to Brooks from Daly, and James Daly's got strikeout number 3 on the night. That'll bring up Aaron Henry. And Aaron Henry strikes out swinging. 2 up, 2 down for Nick Fielder, the doubles king himself at the DH spot. He settles in. And striking out the side is James Daly. A near perfect inning there. 1 hit allowed, 5 strikeouts through 2 innings of work, no runs. We go to the top of the third. Parquad with you.
Well, now let's see if the sim will allow Dust to have a good day or a bad day.
That's all bad days, man.
As Shiesty Jr. gets on to lead it off, but then a passed ball will get him up to second, and then Alligator will draw the walk on the 3-1 count. So you got runners on first and second for Goose. Ooh, and that'll be a dive. Ooh, all right. That was not a little fumble-bumble action, and indeed is an out. But both runners move up there. Benito strikes out there. Yeah, Alou, who is now cold, but he can't get that one down. So the runners at scoring position there, nothing coming of it, as Hangman's able to get out of it. Bottom 3, here we go. Garbanzo leading it off. That's going to be a hot shot directly to the shortstop for out number 1. Rajka coming up. And that will be a ground out to the first baseman. Dunkin' Donuts, the center fielder, up now, and he'll draw the 3-1 walk. All right, Cole Kim, let's see if he can get his offense moving here. He bloops that one into left, and playable by the shortstop. It is for the final out. End of the third, 3-0, still the score. Top of the fourth we go with Cole leading it off. Crazy Mojito hits that one hard into deep right, and that one will be caught on the wall, as he was just short of something good there. Cool Crab will ground out to the left, just to the left side of the catcher there. And Gonzalez is able to beat that one out as the shortstop gets eaten up there by that one. And there you go. That's a stolen base, number 37 on the year. Ooh, but they can't move up on that little ball there in the dirt. And Fuse will swing through that one to end the top of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth now, Karu leading it off. Only hitting 186 on the year. Not exactly what you like to see out of your 4-hole hitter. But that's going to be a single in the right field. So there you go. Maybe a little something, little life there. Khan dribbler to shortstop, and that will be an out. So they move the runner up to second.
Strike 3.
Brooks here looks at that one go by. Strikeout number 6 there for Daly.
Strike 3.
And make it 7 as Henry quickly goes down right after that. So 7 strikeouts through 4 innings now for James Daly. Top of the 5th we go. Joe Shiesty Jr. leading it off. Gets that one into right field, and that'll be a leadoff single there against Hangman. Mr. Alligator up now. That'll be a pop fly into right. Out number 1. Swanson Goose coming up now, the third baseman, and that's a hot shot into right field. That's going to get to the wall. That will be extra bases as they don't send the runners. You got runners at second and third, 1 out here for Benito. And he will pop fly into foul territory for out number 2. Alou coming up now. Let's see if he can get something going, and he can't. All right, a strikeout on the inside there for Hangman to get out of it.
Oh, what's good? We got a big raid here from the FKN, the Flying Kitty Ninjas, if I'm not mistaken. Raiding with a Party 62. Welcome, everyone, to the PBE. You're watching the Providence Crabs and the Outer Banks Aviators.
I don't know what you did, but you are not sharing your screen anymore.
So let me fix it. Nothing. I don't know what happened. I got it. We're good. We're professionals here. Just
all right.
Fluffy Kitty Ninjas. Close.
Got excited.
Oh, man. Guys, stick around. I have a new kitten in the household. If you stick around after this game, I will show you my kitten.
Oh, boy. We got a kitten cam?
He's
kitten
very,
cam?
Not a cam, but a picture. He doesn't sit still enough. He's very handsome. He's very small.
Well, maybe your cat likes OBX more than Providence as they score first here. But, ooh, there you go. Good arm and left there to hold that runner. And then Karu strikes out. So Daly gives up 1, but is able to get out of there without giving up any more damage. All right, top of the 6th we go. We got Crazy Mojito Cove leading it off with a ground out to the second baseman. Galvin Cool Crab up here, and he will ground out to the other middle infielder for out number 2. Jordan Gonzalez will watch that one go by. So after that bit of a rough first inning for Hangman, he's settled in very well here. Bottom 6 we go. Okada Khan here, and that'll be a easy ground out to the first baseman for out number 1. Beckett Brooks checks his swing, but it doesn't matter. And that is now double-digit strikeouts for James Daly. Woo. Aaron Henry, the cold-hitting hitter up, and he'll strike out there. So that's 11 strikeouts now for Mr. Daly. All right, over to the 7th inning we go. 3-1 count to Fuse. He'll draw the leadoff walk from Hangman, who is getting close to that 100-pitch mark. And indeed, it's taken out by Toadstool, but Toadstool gives up a shot into the right gap for a double. So you have runners at second and third, no outs here against Peach Toadstool. And he'll get his first out there on Alligator.
Oh!
And that's an absolutely hammered ball to dead center field from Swanson Goose. 442 to double that score from 3-6.
The overs are feeling good. The overs are feeling good now.
The overs are feeling it, that is for sure. Yes. That is now a 6-1 ball game here as Benito comes in and keeps it going here with a single. Ooh, and that's going to be a gapper there for Alou. Let's see if anything's going to come of that one. And no, but you got second and third for Crazy Mojito. Let's see if he can bring some runners home. And he will strike out, so Toadstool finally gets an out there. Calvin Cool Crab, the DH, as that one's going to get past him, and that'll be another run. 7-1 for the Providence Crabs. Going back to Cool Crab, but he'll strike out. However, 4 runs come across here thanks to that bat of Swanson Goose. Oh, excuse me. Jeez. All right, bottom 7 here. We got fielder coming up. And that will be a shot fly into left there for out number 1. Garbanzo coming up, and that'll get down. All right, OBX trying to get something here. Oh, wow, he's stretching into a double. I was not expecting that. Garbanzo using that 30 speed to get into second. Rachka
Oh, it's an
hits it to
error.
the shortstop, and there it goes. There's the animation you can always count on. Dunkin' Donuts coming up now. Runners at the corners, and he'll strike out. As Dusty DeSoto is in now. Cole Kim, let's see if he can try and get something going here. And he hits that one in deep center, but it should be playable. And it is. End of the 7th, top of the 8th. Bring us home, Dust. So let's see what happens.
Leadoff hitter Gonzalez got a few hits, 3 hits, couple extra base ones, and a stolen base in there. 3-1 count, and is going to have an infield single. That speed demon cannot be contained, and you already know he's taking off for second. Cole Kim doesn't even try to throw. That's stolen base number 2 on the day. Whiskey Fuse with a runner in scoring position. Yaj Adov in the game. Not really a save opportunity. He's kind of their closer, but going to be out there nonetheless. And then Gonzalez, hey, he gets the third. Shicey Jr. with a runner on third, but strikes out swing. You know, this game could be a little bit higher scoring for the Crabs because they've left a lot of people on base there in this one with runners in scoring position. A lot of strikeouts, foul outs, pop-ups, but score remains 7-1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Hatsu Kaoru up, and Kaoru, cold season to start, striking out DeSoto with the strikeout number 2. Great outing, by the way, for James Daly there, starter for the Crabs. That is going to be ruled an infield single by Okada Khan. Beckett Brooks steps in, flies out to left center. That's 2 down. And then Aaron Henry is going to get a single left. Thought that could have been caught, but looks like Alou playing a little conservatively here with a 6-run lead, and fielder will bounce out to the first baseman to end the 8th. We go to the top of the 9th, probably our last inning of play here with Swan Song Goose having a really solid season, has a big 3-run bomb in this one. Strikes out swinging, though, victim of Adov. Third strikeout of the outing for Yoj Adov, which if you, some of you keen eye viewers might notice it's Joey Votto backwards. Philip Liu is going to pop this one way up into the stratosphere, and it's caught by the second baseman near first for out number 3. So 1-2-3, the Crabs bats go. Aviators, 8-9-1 hitters due up there, trailing by 6, and Jose Arcadio Buendia enters the game for Providence.
Strike 3.
And Garbanzo's got a quick strikeout, number 1 on Garbanzo. And that'll bring up Webster Rachka, who flies out to Alou and left. So 2 up, 2 down. Dunkin' Donuts, the last hope for the Aviators. And that's going to be rolling all the way to the left field corner. A 2-out double. Contact, hot-hitting guy, Cole Kim, with an RBI opportunity, is going to capitalize on it. Cole Kim with a single up the middle, but the runner doesn't go. He stays at third. They do need some more runs than just one, but it doesn't matter. Kaoru watches strike 3 go by. It's right on the edge there. Providence wins this one on the road, completing the series sweep on the road. 7-1 victory for the Crabs, and the overs win it. So gaming well balled, making me eat my words. I'm 1 for 3, which is only good from 3-point line and in the batter's box. So yeah, it was kind of Crabs from the beginning, and then they, Outer Banks held them in check, and then another big Crabs inning, and that was all she wrote. Aviators getting a few hits here and there, but yeah, big outing for Shicey Jr., Swan Song Goose, Benito with a couple of RBIs, and then Gonzalez with 4. He had 4 stolen bases. Oh yeah, he did the double steal and then stole second and third. He had 4 stolen bases in one game here, so not bad for him. Player of the game is going to be James Daly. They could have maybe let him out there a little bit, but the game was pretty well in hand. 11 strikeouts in 6 innings, going to get the dub. Hangman the loss. Oh, and before we get into it, we got to check out the... Hold on. We got to check out the new kit in here.
Yeah,
Hold up,
come on.
guys.
So you can't just tease that and not show it.
Look at this. Look at this boy.
Oh, look at that. Look at that little goofball.
Look at this.
What's the name?
Oh, no, I can't play it, but look at this. It's Gary.
Gary? Oh, that's the best.
Yeah, so that is the boy. He is quite good. New PBE mascot? Maybe. So yeah, if you don't know, I already have a big tuxedo boy. So, but this is an actual, because appreciate the rated once again, FKN, Fluffy Kitty Ninjas up in the chat. What is good? But yeah, so this is what I would call a kitten. I have a 7-year-old, pretty full-grown, big, beefy boy cat who's also tuxedo. They're basically older brother, younger brother. It's very cute dynamic, but older brother not really sure how to feel about it right now.
All right. Well, speaking of that, don't know why. Speaking of that, but 8-4 victory.
Insert
for
transition here.
Exactly. Yep. And bring in what you just said, completely related. 8-4 victory for New York over Buffalo. As got to get those interdivision wins, all as you know. Big day there for Manny Calavera, only having the one hit, but that one hit was a 3-run shot off of Xavier Crawford. On New York side, 13 hits to go with those 8 runs, with 3 coming from DeMars, 2 from Cove, and then 3 from Rye, which that will now do it. That does
Hold on,
it.
we'll check it out because Rye played for the Crabs too. He's a good dude, and yeah, 1250 career hits. And having a great season, could arguably be a walking Hall of Famer right now, or hitting Hall of Famer, I guess. 3 for 4 day.
Yeah, say he decided,
Just
you know what, no 6
batting
hits.
8th with 10 home
Yeah.
runs. I think that's only against lefties or righties, though. I can't remember.
I mean, if it's only against one side, that's even more insane.
Well, he's batting worse against lefties, so I think this lineup
Well, yeah,
is for lefties only. But you know what I mean. Enoch's got he's got the sauce, you know.
Yeah, he just tells me, hey, it's going to work, and I don't believe him. So, but all right, moving on to the pitching here, we have Randall Jr. taking the loss, Crawford the win, getting their 5th of the season, and player of the game, rightfully so, goes to Beef Rye.
So the Voyagers and Crabs are kind of getting hot. Surge are sliding a little bit. Sloss complete the series sweep over the Vancouver Vandals, 4-2. Pretty close game, but a win is a win is a win. San Antonio trying to grab that number 4 playoff spot, I'd say, but they'll have to fight someone for it probably. I don't know. It's a little early for playoffs. We're not even to the All-Star break. Yeah, a couple RBIs for Long Pipe along with a couple hits. Pretty low scoring game, all things considered. Chance Grove with a 2-run bomb. Try to keep things interesting, but San Antonio on top in this one. Joanna Salberg with the dub. A couple earned, gets the win. Will be your player of the game in this one. Riggs with the loss. Sam Antonio with the save.
All right, next up here we have a 5-0 victory for Toronto to get their 30th victory of the season, as they blank Boise. All of that offense essentially coming from corner vacuum in the 2-hole, getting 2 of the 3 hits for Boise. On Toronto's side, they have also in the 2-hole their best bat of the day, with Kendrick Mills getting 3 hits, also having 3 runs and 2 walks. So I would assume he's got on base every at bat of the game. Johnson Jr. getting 2 hits, 3 RBI as well there in the 3-hole. Going down to the pitching here, it will be a complete game shutout for Cy Duck.
Look at that game score, 92.
Yeah, you look at that win-loss record, and you'd think he's having a bad season, but there he is sitting there with a 3.23 ERA, so just getting unlucky. Tiny Chef will take his loss as his ERA creeps a little bit further down after he was above 9, I think, before this game.
Mm-hmm.
Player of the game will be rightfully so, Cy Duck.
We got a common Eek L, am I right, chat?
Oh, you are not wrong.
It's only common because he's probably. I haven't seen him in the chat. If it was, it would be a Neek dub if he was in chat. It's just science. And the Death Valley, the Death Valley Scorpions, back to 500 for maybe the first time this season. They win over the New Orleans Rougarou, 5-2. 3 hits for Rusty Salmon Arms there, who I think was coming up on a milestone of some sort, runs or homers or something. And Gladys Ferrero with a couple RBIs in there. New Orleans bats were decent, but not opportunistic enough in this one. A couple hits for Justin Case as well as Randberg. Pitching wise, it was Jeffrey Lebowski with the win, solid outing, only 1 earned. And Eshelman's going to take the loss here. Jones the save, and your player of the game, yes, is Lebowski. Let's go iTunes. Who's iTunes? Oh, let's go. We have another Apex dub.
All right, and that Apex dub comes off of a late inning there as Nate Nitro hits an RBI double off an Alexander Benjamin.
Did you see in the index it showed the active? It was today or after uploading yesterday. It was the active career loss leaders, and it was Hummus's Benjamin on there. We're just adding to it, baby. Oh wait, he didn't get lost. Oh dang. Oh,
wait, well, I guess he didn't technically get the loss or the blown save, but he gave up the double.
We'll count it.
It scored a run.
+1. Just it's with an asterisk because he should have even more losses.
Indy doesn't have a new logo, so what are you talking about?
How do you
saying that doesn't matter?
Is that Is that something I gotta download that I haven't downloaded?
It might be. I know we always have issues with that with the prospect league, but Double Dub doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not even on that team.
Oh.
But all right, let's look at this game here. Nate Nitro, 2 hits, 3 RBI there at the top of the lineup. You have Reyes with 2 RBI and then Banana Boom with 2 hits there on Indy's side as well. Lunar Base having not really much offense. Let's go back up a little bit. I missed it, sorry. They got 2 hits from Dog and M&M and 2 from Cross Erickson. All right, now for pitching side, Rove and Mano Wright will take the no decisions on their half. McThumper, the win in relief. Polis will get the loss and blown save. So the game's going to be Nate Nitro.
Is it kind of ironic that Indiana Polis gets the loss against Indianapolis?
That is a little bit ironic, yes.
A little bit ironic. For those
ironic.
Former GM there of the Apex taking the loss. That's what happens when you stop GM and you take L's. Am I right, Park One?
Exactly.
Well, you haven't. I mean, I guess you've been the GM in the Flamingos for a minute, right? So
this is like 7 or 8 seasons now. Yeah,
for sure. So the Toros, I'm not sure if that's a series sweep, but they get a win on the road, 3-1 victory for them, pulling ahead in the top of the 8th. It was John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt with a 3-run bomb to kind of propel that offense. We got a Blue Sky, a couple hits there, no runs to show for it. Only 2 hits allowed by the Cancun pitching staff. Seattle able to score 1 run on it is all. Nova Montaigne, hot season for Montaigne, 7 innings, getting the dub here. Told a loss, knocked the save, and Nova Montaigne your player of the game.
All right, next up here we have a 6-1 victory for Detroit. As Nashville side only getting 1 run off of those 6 hits, not much going on there. On Detroit side, they had a big day there from Tony Young Jr. with 2 hits, but an even bigger day there from Gleyber Torres hitting a grand slam in the 8th inning off of Hitsunagi. Going down to the pitching here, we have Claudaddy taking the loss, and then Vader Page the dub, and Pete Williams the save. Player of the game will be Vader Page.
Okay, we'll move over to the minor leagues, and just a friendly reminder, we do have a prediction up for the Hepcats and Lemurs game. We're going to stream our only minors game of the night. Over under total strikeouts 11.5. So wager it away, all evened up at 500 points apiece right now. We go to the minor leagues, where we have the Amarillo Armadillos winning over the California Firehawks once more. 4-3 victory for the Dillos. Although Firehawks getting some good production from like Zen and Archer, Racha, some of the usual suspects, but 3 runs is just not going to be quite enough in this one. Murphy, Wolfington Jr. slammed off. I mean, Mills with a home run. Dillos offense hitting at the right time in the right place. Bill Pitt, the start, no decision for the Firehawks. Valorant Arcanum, no decision. Good outing though, 5 1/3, 1 earn, and Arcanum will be your player of the game. Ooh, 18. That's 2 games.
Wow. Yeah, that's a long one here as Chicago
hits don't matter.
Finally jumps on top there. Yeah, 13 hits across 18 innings. Feels like nothing at that point. But Chicago jumps on that lead there at the end with 2 home runs there from Mr. Murphy and Honkball having one as well. Both Murphy and Honkball having home runs the 18th inning, doing the magic. Looking over at Bruce City's side, lots of hits, those 13, with Legs, Streamer, Patterson having 3 and 2 apiece, with Torres going 4 for 7. Going down to the pitching here, no decisions from both starters, obviously, but then Perez getting the win in relief. Schlitz, the whole bear, the blown save for him, the loss, and it looks like McIntosh, I believe, is a starter that went in there at the end for Bruce City.
Yeah. You don't see that,
rough.
You don't see that too often in minors because everyone's got like 18 million pitchers. Hepcats, who we're going to see next, take on the Lemurs, are going to get a win, 5-3, although pretty slow start for the season for both of these teams, but still got a ways to go. Erp Stevo, a couple hits, as well as Lawrence and Thompson on the Hepcats, couple RBIs for Slobber Knocker, Shaw Dynasty, in with a homer. 3-hit day for Quentin DeYoung, having a really good season there, and Quinn with a dinger, but not enough for the Ranas. It was Cranepool with the loss for Puerto Rico starter. Melgar, the win, and Roman Melgar is going to be your player of the game.
And just like that, the Florida Flamingos sweep the State College Swifties there 3-2. State College going off of 6 hits, getting pretty decent days there from Hayden Andrews and Vincent Asaro. On Florida side, the big bats there being 3 walks leading off there for Mr. Johnston. D. Fernandez and Amy 43 having 2 hits apiece. Going down to the pitching here, Ozzie Bones will take the loss. Robert Green, unfortunately, the no decision there for Florida, with Hyde getting the win. And my bestie is Bauer, the save. Player of the game will be Robert Green.
Okay, and we have finally the Wheelers and Lemurs. Anchorage shutting out Louisville 7-0. It was only 4 total hits for Louisville. Anchorage's bats driven by Ziegler and Giannolas, as well as La Rosa. I mean, a lot of hits. Everyone getting a hit there in the lineup except for Red Panda. Sorry, my guy. Mata's going to take the loss. Fisher, the win. 7 innings, no earned, and 4 strikeouts for old Herbie Fisher, your player of the game. And I think that will get us into the next day. Checking out our schedule, we have a quick sim. I'm guessing it's an off day, and then we're going to jump right into the Lemurs hosting the Kansas City Hepcats. So, last chance to get your predictions going. Yeah. No majors, no minors. So, here we go. Lemurs, Hepcats, this one in... Wait. Yeah, it's in Louisville. Okay, we're good. I'm not crazy. Yet. Next, pitching against Bob Porkman of the Hepcats. I don't have I'm not as ear to the ground on the minor league games, so I don't have a lot of commentary on this. I'm just gonna say whatever I say for prediction, guess the opposite, because I'm struggling today. I'm 1 for 3. You know, that's not.
I'm trying to be edgy. What's going on here?
I don't know. I'm trying to help the community. What have you done lately? Yeah, I'm helping the community, PBE community. What have you done lately?
Not that.
Yeah,
I'm just a very selfish person.
Yeah, clearly.
I only GM because I want the wins.
That's right. It's
seeing as all of my 1 rings that I definitely deserve.
It's for all the pay and notoriety. Prediction is still up over under 11.5 strikeouts. That's total between both teams. If you're bored, chat, we can count them out as they happen. Because I don't know how to count, and if you guys help me count, that would be appreciated. Let's get into it here. Next, pitching to Aria Harper. I think it is your go of it this time around.
It is.
So take us away, Cowboy Parkwad.
Good old Nex facing off against Aria Harper, the right fielder, defending champion Louisville Lemurs at that against the Kansas City Hepcats. Got a 1-1 count here to Harper to start off the game. And that will be a pop fly into left field, out number 1. All right, and that will be a pop fly into the right side foul territory by Steve-O for out number 2. Shea Dynasty, 0-2 count from Nex, and he will go down. That will be a quick 1, 2, 3 there from Mr. Nex.
1, nothing wrong with me.
2.
2.
As Josh Allen will pop out into right field for out number 1 on the Louisville side. Carl Beatty Jr. will ground out to the first baseman. Alaskan Bullworm up. The catcher and GM there will pop fly and another 1, 2, 3 inning there. As
the fingers I got flagged on the Automod. Sorry, it was just type something in the chat that said the amount of fingers I have and fingers I. That phrase got flagged as a sexual term by the Automod. Sorry. Okay, back to baseball.
Man. Maybe that's just maybe they're flagging anything Sen says just because he keeps telling us to call his player by the full name.
Oh, that could be.
But all right, that will be through that commotion, Kansas City has scored our first run, but Slim Mathers likes to score some more. A 3-run shot in the left field, 402 feet from Slim Mathers. Take a 4-0 lead over Louisville off of Nex, who had a pretty nice first inning and immediately gets blown up here in the second. Slobber Knocker will continue it there with a Slobber Knocker into left field for a 1-out single. 3-0 count to Harper, and they'll watch that one go by. Runners at first and second for Steve-O, and that's going to get through. Man, they just keep them coming. Still only 1 out here as now Shea Dynasty, the 3-hole hitter coming up, the very dangerous power-hitting catcher, is he'll hit that one into right field, and that one's going to bloop down. All right, you got runners at every base. The juice is based here for Damian Thriller. And he'll come through with a single. That'll score at least 1. They're going to send the second one, and that'll score 2. That's now going to be a 7-0 lead here for Kansas City. As Mitchie Mantle, the DH, is up now. And he'll hit that one hard into right. That'll be out number 2 as they finally get another one as Triple Crown is up here. But Lawrence will continue the hit parade. That's going to be another one and score a run for number 8.
Whoa.
Thompson coming up now as they have hit around. Thompson flies that one into left field. That should do it. But 8 Hepcats come around to score in the top of the second. Bottom of the second. Now let's see if the Lemurs have anything to say about that, as that was one heck of an inning. Well, hey, there you go. Neller Denstro leading it off with a single. Archduke Buchanan. Oh, Denstro's going to get to second there on the passed ball. Archduke Buchanan coming up. He will pop fly into foul territory for out number 1. McDaniel coming up now. That's going to be a hot shot in the left. It's going to get down in front of the left fielder, and that will score. All right, so you got 1. They're cracking into it. They got 1 run there for Louisville. And, there you go. McDaniel wiping second.
Oh.
And then Javier Franco hits one in the left, and that should score the runner, and it does. So there you go. 2 now. Hartman coming up with a runner on, 1 out here. Hartman have a little dribbler to the second or to the pitcher, and they will get the out at second for the fielder's choice. Catch. We'll watch that one go by, ball 4. Runners at first and second. 2 outs here for Josh Allen. Ooh, and that's going to be a hot shot to the first baseman. Louisville does score 2, but they are still down by 6. Top of the third, and over to you, Dust.
Well, I think you got your monies there. You earned your pay on the call for the first 2 innings here. Maybe I'll earn mine for the rest. The Slim Mathers leads things off with a single. Hepcat's not done yet, but that is Triple Crown striking out Jabberworth Slobberdocky. 1 down. 1 on, 2 out, and Harper is going to ground out into the double play to end the inning, and that is 2. Yeah, nothing wrong with me. And that will bring up Carl Beatty Jr., left fielder for the Lemurs. Going to get this one into the right center gap. That is leading things off with a triple. He's not stopping at second. So runner on third for Alaskan Bullworm. It was pink and hairy. I don't know if I can say that on stream either, but the Alaskan Bullworm's gonna get a RBI single to make it a 3-8 ball game. Bullworm tries to make it a double, but is gunned down by Shaw Dynasty catcher. That is 1 out. Neller Denstro flies out to left center. That's 2 outs. Nobody on for Archduke Buchanan, and Archduke is going to get a single to right. Shrimp McDaniel is going to get a single to right as well. So runners on first and second. A lot of 2-out hits there. Lemurs, Diego Javier Franco is going to get caught. That ball could have been over the head of Harper, but Aria Harper able to leap into the air, grab it for out number 3. So it could have been a lot bigger inning for the Lemurs, but they do get 1 3-8 ball game on the top of the 4th with Steve-O lead off single past the shortstop's extended glove. 1 on, nobody out for Dynasty, and Shaw Dynasty flies out to right. That is out number 1. Damian Thriller, couple hits, couple RBIs, make it 3 hits, 2 RBIs on the day for him so far. That'll put runners at first and second for Mitchie Mantle, but Mantle grounds out into the 4-6-3 double play. Some nice defense here by the Lemurs the last couple innings, although Triple Crown really had to earn that. That was like on the 12th pitch of the at-bat, got that ground into the double play. Zach Hartman starts things off for the Lemurs as they trail by 5. That's a 4-pitch walk, and then Cassius Catch, I almost said Cash Ketchum, is going to get an infield single. I thought the first baseman was taking care of that. Juan Legacy points into the game for the Hepcats as Allen has stepped in, and Josh Allen flies out to right. That is out number 1. Runners on first and second for Carl Beatty Jr., and Carl Beatty Jr.'s got a single to right and an RBI for that matter. 2 hits and an RBI for the Lemurs left fielder. Makes this a 4-8 game. Alaskan Bullworm flies out to center. That's out number 2. Bringing up Neller Denstro and hacking all the way is Denstro. 3 pitches and you're out. The Lemurs scratch across another one, but they still trail by 4. That is strikeout number 3 as the Let's Go Lemurs organ is playing in the background. And hyping up Triple Crown for a strikeout, a second of the day, 4th total between the 2 teams. We're counting in chat. Make it 5. Let's go. Triple Crown has come in relief admirably. 3 1/3, and striking out the side. Nearly 4 innings of work and 4 strikeouts for Triple Crown out of the pen. Slim Mathers goes down on that one. Bottom of the 5th, 8-4 game still. Is going to be an Archduke McKinnon ground out to the pitcher. Legacy Point takes care of that. And then a diving grab at second by Slobberknocker. We're going to see him up first in the top of the 6th. Diego Javier Franco trying to get off the cold stretch. That is going to be a single. And then a 2-out. Hartman knocked. No error. That is a base hit. And then that ball hot off the bat by Cassius Catch, but caught in center by Damian Thriller. So Lemurs don't get anything across in the bottom of the 5th. They've been able to get some people on base here in these last few innings. You'd have to think they're missing out on some runs. Martin Kratt enters the game for the Lemurs, still trying to keep things in check as Slobberknocker is going to grind up to the third baseman. 1 out for the Hepcats. Arya Harper draws the walk on 4 straight pitches, although those are all right around the zone. As Harper's got a stolen base. So runner on second, 1 out for Stevo. Stevo giving this one a lift, but it is to right center. 2 down. Shaw Dynasty now up. 2-1 count, and a stolen base from Harper, so a single will easily score Harper now from second. Shaw Dynasty, though, flies it to center. Reeled in by Shrimp McDaniel. No problem. Top of the 7th we go. It is Josh Allen starting things off for the Lemurs, trailing by 4. Juan Legacy Point deals, and that is back, and gone. Oppo Taco shot across the right field wall, or over the right field wall. Josh Allen with a solo homer. First hit of the day. You have to think they'd like it with some runners on base as they still trail by 3, but they'll take it. Carl Beatty Jr. now trying to keep things going. Will ground out to Slobberknocker at second, 1 down. On the 2-2 count, Alaskan Bullworm is going to get robbed of a hit, diving grab in right field by Harper. 2 outs. Some great defense from Harper today. And that one going to left field and having to run back to get it is Thompson, but Denstro is retired. Top of the 7th, Hepcats give up 1 on the solo shot. They still lead by 8, though, thanks to all those runs coming in the top of the 8th. Or 2nd. 8 in the top of the 2nd. You know what I meant. Know what I mean, not what I say. 2 straight walks issued here by Martin Kratt. I'll put runners on first and second. Ryan Lawrence up. Another full count as King Julian's come in. King Julian, a longtime Lemur. Bot, I believe, is going to fly out to right. That will allow Damian Thriller to tag. And then Thompson is going to ground out into the 5-4-3 double play. So the Lemurs work out of a jam here masterfully. King Julian pitching to contact. It's not coming back to haunt him. And that'll bring up the Lemurs bats, and Archduke McKinnon with a bang is going to hit this one to right center. That is good for a stand-up double. You have to feel like the pendulum's kind of swinging back to the Lemurs, even though they're trailing by 3. Shrimp McDaniel's up, and McDaniel's got a single to left. They do not send McCannon around third, so we have runners at the corners. Nobody out for Diego. Javier Franco's got 2 hits in this game. Robbed of a hit in this one, though. Diving grab by Damian Thriller. Will count for a sac fly. Lemurs scratch across 1 more run an inning, run a day, keeps the doctor away. 6-8 ball game right now. Hartman coming in and drawing the walk on new reliever Eddie Catch. That is one down for Cassius Catch, who flies out to center. 2 down, 3-1 count for Josh Allen. Had a dinger earlier. Is going to get a single to center. They do not send Shrimp McDaniel around, so we have bases juice for Carl Beatty Jr. Bat 326, strikes out swinging. Big opportunity missed here in the bottom of the 7th by the Lemurs, but they're not out of it at all. Top of the 8th we go. Hepcats up to bat.
It definitely seemed like it was going to be a one-sided game here, but they've made it interesting. As Slim Mathers uses the speed to get on base with an infield single there.
Maybe it was the noodle arm of the third baseman.
No, never is the speed. But it doesn't matter. Speed or noodle arm, as Arya Harper grounds into the double play there to end the inning. So bottom 8, like you said, the momentum's kind of in favor of Louisville. So let's see if they can just keep chipping away here. And, well, there you go. Alaskan Bullworm, grounder up the middle for leadoff single. Neller Denstro, the shortstop. It's absolutely insane looking at these numbers. They're hitting 320 with those contact numbers there, but it's working. McCannon will strike out there for out number 1. Trip McDaniel, hot shot to the first baseman, and they can't turn 2, but they get the force. Franco, and that's going to be a single. All right, only down by 1, so they just keep tacking away, keep chipping away at that lead there. Yeah, Hartman coming up against Zeeler, and who's in now. Hartman grounds to the third baseman, and they get it. So top 9 here, last chance for the Kansas City to try and bolster their lead a little bit here. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, they've watched it. I mean, it's been 7 straight unanswered runs by the Lemurs.
Indeed, it has. Well, Steve-O, almost hits one into the gap, but a fantastic diving play in center by McDaniel. And Dynasty will ground out to shortstop for his second out. But there you go. Damian Thriller gets on base. Mitchie Mantle up now, but he'll swing through that one. So the Lemurs doing a great job, especially that bullpen, completely shutting down the Kansas City Hepcats offense here, giving them a shot here in the bottom of the 9th. Cassius Catch leading it off, hitting right into the shift for out number 1. Josh Allen up now, who went deep earlier, and it's going to get that one blooped just over the head of the second baseman. So you got a runner on with 1 out and Carl Beatty Jr., but that one's going to be a fly out in foul territory. Alaskan Bullworm, their last chance. And that will do it as they hang on just enough. Has 19 hits for the Lemurs, cannot give them a victory.
It don't matter.
I feel like I've heard that before.
Wow. I mean, give a lot of credit to the Lemurs, though. They did not hang their head after being down early. They stuck with it, and thanks, man. I thought they were going to win it. They did have a lot of missed opportunities. Look at that, 28 left on base and the 19 hits, so just not quite as clutch as that top of the second Hepcats inning. They 8 runs, that was enough. They did it all in 1 inning, and they were done. So, and then, I mean, credit to the Lemurs bullpen. They did all they could. Next thing, get the loss. Porkman, no decision, legacy point with the dub. And Damian Thriller, your player of the game there for the Hepcats. And take it around the league. State College, 4-2 victory over the Brew City Bears. The Swift Steeds taking care of business. Hayden Andrews, a couple hits, as well as Wellerman, 2 RBIs from McCringleberry. Only 3 total hits for Brew City are able to score 2 runs off of it. Looks like Holland Streamer with a solo homer in the 9th, but not enough. Hugh Belong With Me is going to get the win. 7 innings of work, 1 earned, and 6 strikeouts. McIntosh, the loss for the Bears. Probably didn't help that he pitched the day before. And Hugh Belong With Me, your player of the game.
All right, next up here, we have a 7-5 victory by 2 of the powerhouses in the minors here. Chicago getting their 31st win of the season. On Amarillo's side, that top 7, they're doing all the work, but unfortunately not enough, as you have 2 hits, 2 RBI there from Whirlwind, and 2 RBI from Toksum as well. On Chicago's side, you got a 2-hit day there from Sterling, but then look at that, bottom of the lineup, the 8 and 9 hitters, both hitting 3 hits, with Jalexi Alexander getting 3 hits and 4 RBI. Big day there, and I think, if I'm looking at it correctly, go up real second, I don't think Jalexi Alexander had any extra base hits. No, they're just all singles, but singles in opportune moments. So there you go. All right, going on the pitching here. Lieberth will take the loss for Amarillo. And Goat Biscuit the W, and Rugsy with the Heelys the save for Chicago. Player of the game is going to be Alexi Alexander.
All right. We've got the Puerto Rico Ranas winning 6-1 over the California Firehawks. Firehawks on a bit of a skid here. Ranas trying to get back to 500. Good day for Barry and Cove there on the Ranas. Couple hits and 3 RBIs for Barry. Only 5 total hits for the Firehawks. It will be Virum taking the loss for California. Solo, Italian Solo with the win, and will be your player of the game. 5 1/3, no earned, and 7 strikeouts.
Next up here, we have another hits don't matter game for the Flamingos. It's a 3-2 loss against Anchorage. Anchorage there having their big days from Giannulis, Panda, and Bear. With Smokey Bear having a solo shot there. On Florida's side, you have big days there from Fernandez, Jimothy Jr., DeVille, and Amy 43 with a 3-for-4 day for Lightning McQueen. Going down to the pitching side here, both Cove and Jashawn will take the no decisions in their starts with Kinsella, the win, Abernathy Jr. the save on the side of Anchorage, Hyde taking the loss, Flaps the blown save, and player of the game is going to be Jashawn.
Jashawn who? That's what I always want to know. Anyway, that's it because we saw the Hepcats and Lemurs. Let's swing it back to the major leagues. How about that?
I don't know. Minors are kind of always better.
At what?
Just being more fun.
Okay. Voyagers are going to win 8-2 over the Vancouver Vandals. Good road win for New York taking care of business here. A good day for Squints Palidorus. Beef Rye keeps knocking the tar off the ball. How many did Wheelie? Who's Wheelie?
Wayne Wheeler. Yeah, he gave up all the runs. Just remember that.
Who does he even play for?
Cancun.
We're not on Cancun. What? Looks like, big day for, or a big RBI day for their Beef Fry. Vancouver getting 3/4 of their hits there from Kirksor Jr. It looks like Ferris Brewer Jr. solo homer, but 2 runs definitely not enough in this matchup. It's a complete game for Johnny Patey V2, 9 innings and 2 earned, 8 strikeouts. Jackson's going to take the loss. And Johnny Patey V2, your player of the game.
Next up here, we have a 4-0 win for San Antonio, getting win number 29. Getting back in those old San Antonio days. There's 6 hits for OBX, 2 of them coming from Henry and Rochka. And on San Antonio side, leading it off, you have Albies going 3-for-4. You have Big Vito and Don Marcus both getting 2 hits apiece. OBX's side, Walrus Jones takes their 8th loss of the season. Chichiro De Pollo, their 7th win. And your player of the game.
Okay, it is the Raptors shutting out the Crabs at home. 3-0 victory for Boise. Only 3 total hits for Providence. On the Boise side, it was McGuire with a home run, and then a couple hits for Nakamura, as well as Emeritus the first. Choi is going to take the loss here in this one. Just didn't have quite the run support. And Franklin Judge Cruiser with the win. 7 2/3 no earned and 7 strikeouts will be your player of the game.
All right, next up here we got Butzuka Joe getting a W against the almighty Toronto Pathfinders. Is on Buffalo's side. 7 hits to 3 runs again. Hits don't matter. Toronto had 9. But you have Cookie Monster and Mustard leading the way for Buffalo. On Toronto's side, you have Dinamite going 3-for-4, leading it off. Pilsudski, Brinkley Jr., and Ixon all getting 2 hits apiece. Going down to the pitching here, we have Bazooka Joe, who will get their 4th win of the season. Delete the Index getting their 5th save. What can I say except you're welcome taking the loss, and your player of the game is going to go to Butzuka Joe.
All right, he's a natural Joe. If you know, you know. And Nashville Stars, I think, former Bazooka Joe destination. 11-4 victory for the Stars over a tough Cancun team. Big offensive day for Nashville. 12 total hits for the team, 11 runs. And Yaboa, big part of that, 3 hits, 4 RBIs. Pretty much everyone getting a knock except for Jose, 43 1/4. Although Cancun also had their share of hits, 12 of them in fact. A lot of multi-hit or 2-hit games there, but not able to string it together. Pitching kind of letting them down in the clutch. It was Krispy Kreme with the dub, a ball with a save. Wayne Wheeler, taking the loss here, giving up 5 runs in the start. Tony, your boy, is your player of the game.
Ooh, next up here we have, unfortunately, Indy taking their first L, I think, against good old Seattle in the streams of Distillion. As 12.
They lost once earlier today, too, already, but yeah.
Oh, well, I guess you ruined it already. Then.
I did, yep.
Poor Paz and now Fetty. But on Indy's side, only mustering 3 hits, so not any offense really coming from them. Well, on the other side, 12 runs, 16 hits. There's only 1 batter not getting a hit, but he did get on with 2 walks. You had big names there from Shy and Miss, Alyssa Jacob, Harley Quinn, Theo Allard, and Chris Angel with a 4-hit, 5 RBA there by Babbitt Person in the middle, who there's the double, there's the triple. No home run, though, so they were a home run away from the cycle. Going down to the pitching here, Montgomery's taking the loss, Cookie the win, and then your player of the game will be Bob Babbitt Person, who ties the Seattle regular season record with 3 doubles in a game.
All right. We have Ruger winning 10-4, so the Space Rangers on a bit of a slide here. A lot of bombs in this one. Look at that. Brennan, Beecham Reyes, Fakar, Alvarez. Alvarez on the Space Ranger side, of course, but it's bombs all around. Beecham Reyes with 4 RBIs, couple hits, couple RBIs for Sad Fakar. I mean, hit parade there for the Rougarou. Can't fault Cali Alvarez, though. Solid game for him. A couple hits and a couple RBIs, including that homer. It was Allegra Macarena with the loss here in this one. 9 earned. Lizzie Mitchell's going to get the dub, 5 1/3. And Jordan Beecham Reyes is your player of the game.
Wasn't Lizzie Mitchell close to a milestone as well?
I think it was innings pitched, yeah. So probably about right there. I think it was 6 or 7 away. So getting there.
Well, Detroit puts a dagger into Death Valley here. He's scoring 3 in the top of the 9th to just twist it a little more. 6-1 in favor of Death Valley. Big days there from Vita, but then a 3-hit, 3 RBI day there from the second baseman, Glaber Torres on Detroit's side. On Death Valley's side, not much going on, but you do have a 3-hit day there from Rusty Salmon Arms in the middle of the lineup. Going down to pitching, you have Bader with the win, Williams the hold, Stryker Jr. will take the loss. Your player of the game is going to be Bogan Bader.
Okay, and that's the last of this June 15th day. Checking out the schedule, we'll have 3 quick sims in a row. It's probably going to be kind of finishing up the series and then an off day. And then we're going to jump into New Orleans and Seattle, Indianapolis, and Nashville. So we started out with a couple Legends matchups. We're finishing things off with Primetime Champions matchups. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be streaming those games live in a bit, but we'll get through some box scores here in the meantime. You know, Parkwad, sometimes people ask, Dust, what's your streaming setup look like? And right now, this is what it is.
And keyboard. You love to
we
see
have, if you look closely, we have
there's the little one back
There's
there.
the little one here. And then we have a bigger guy, a little bit bigger, just a little bit bigger. Just a little bit bigger. I love them too, Sloth Face. Yeah.
Is that an original Xbox or is that one of the new ones?
That's original.
Yeah, say that looks like an OG.
It is.
Gotta get the Dukes out.
Yeah, I should. That's what I'm streaming on that right now.
Oh, is your computer built into it?
Yeah, I built my computer into it. So
that's not as fun. I thought it was an OG.
I have that too. I built this. You know, I have that one too. It's sitting at my entertainment center. So, yep. Anyway, that's my streaming setup right now. I've got a lot of fur and a lot of cats very dangerously close to my PC power buttons, but it's fine. We're fine. Finally, a quality stream. Maybe if I do another spring training here, maybe I'll just get a cat cam going. Van, how's your cat doing? Anyway, we have quick sims for the next few days, so let's get into it without further ado. It is the Pathfinders winning 4-1 over the Buffalo Surge. Home victory. I think Buffalo got the better of them in the first game, so series split here 1-1, because I think it's going to be a 3-game. No, you missed that one. They didn't win last time, or they didn't win this one. But yeah, they did win one. I think there was like a little glitch in the matrix, so I wouldn't count on more wins. Just keeping it real. But yeah, low-scoring game, all things considered. But Toronto taking care of business. They have a solid pitching staff. Thrasterson going to get the win. Mio Hooper with the loss. Did go 7 2/3 though, and Thrasterson is your player of the game.
Next up here, we have San Antonio notching their 30th win in their belt, 8-2 over the Outer Banks Aviators of Alaska. Going down here, you have the only really things to look at here on OBX's side. You have 2 RBI from Karu and 2 hits from Khan. On San Antonio's side, on the other hand, you got 10-minute version, who had himself a 2-run homer. You have Lenny Longpipe, 3 hits, 4 RBI. And you have Fresca down there as well, getting 2 hits. Bartholomew Brown getting their 2nd home run of the season, so good for them as well.
Nice.
OBX Gianna Morgan will take the loss, their 7th loss of the season. Taranga Layla the W, and Sam Antonio the save on the side of San Antonio. Player of the game is going to be Lenny Longpipe.
All right, it was the Providence Crabs getting some revenge on the road, a little road rage, if you will. 8-5 victory for them over the Boise Raptors. A lot of hits going on for both teams here. Shicey Jr. with 3, Whiskey Fuse with a 3-run homer, I believe, 3 hits and a stolen base for Jordan Gonzalez, a former Raptor, a couple hits there for Benito and Alou. McMagic at the top of the Boise lineup with a 3-hit, 2 RBI day, a couple hits for McGuire, Gonzalez, and McTavish, and McGuire with back-to-back home runs in this series. Pitching-wise, both teams giving up a few runs. Meta will get the win. Flamingo Star gives up some runs in relief. Neymar Cove gets roughed up. Look at all those unearned runs getting knocked out of the game early. That's going to be tough for the Raptors. Flamethrower Meta with the win as your player of the game. 6 1/3, 1 earned, and 7 Ks.
Next up here, we have a 6-2 victory for New York over Vancouver. Vancouver is searching for their double-digit win here. As on New York ends, they have Errol Cove, HFFO Cove, because I'm not saying that backwards, and B Fry with 2 hits apiece. There's lots of good stuff there from those folks. On Vancouver's end, you have 2 hits from Swerve and 2 hits from Dan King Jr. Going down to the pitching here, we have Gosman will take the no decision, and Chovy the win in relief. Cove will take the loss on the side of Vancouver. Player of the game will be Cove.
Week 1 claims just came out, kids, so be sure to up that TPE. It is the Scorpions going to 13 innings against the Demons. This is a tight series here between 2 teams. Could be a playoff preview. We'll see. 4-3 victory for DVS at home in the Valley of Death. Gleyber Torres, Maple Dogwood. I know Dogwood was in the chat here, got a solo home run, but pretty sparse hits, all things considered, for the Demons. Death Valley got a lot of hits, but it took a lot of work for them to kind of get them at the right place, right time. Another good game for Salmon Arms, 2 home runs in this one. I feel like we've seen that a couple sim days here where even if DVS loses, Salmon Arms as well. O'Quarters and Keep a Secret, the starters in this one, neither one with a decision. Williams takes the loss for Detroit, and Giuseppe Jones the win. Rusty Salmon Arms, your player of the game.
Next up here, we have a 4-2 victory for Cancun as they nearly all in 1 inning there. So there you go. On Nashville's side, there are 2 runs coming from the way of Steiner with 2 hits, and it looks like Bailey Jones and Hirohara getting the RBI. Cancun's side, only 5 hits as well, but those coming off of the bat of Jingleheimer Schmidt with a solo shot, and then McGillicuddy with a 2 RBI double there with 2 on. Going down to the pitching here, Azawaje will take the loss for Nashville. Stroh the win and knock the save with Stroh going 8 2/3, striking out 15. It's tying a single season game record for strikeouts. Player of the game is going to be Matt Stroh.
All right, the Apex go back to loving me. They win over the Seattle Sea Serpents 9-7 thanks to 4 runs in the top of the 9th to help ensure the win, although they gave up a couple in the bottom of that inning. A big day in the middle of the lineup there. The 3-4-5 hitters, Milligan, McKenzie, and Cal Pico, each with 3 hits, 3 RBIs from Milligan. Shout out to Jenny. On the Seattle side, Babbitt Person had a good sim there a little bit ago, getting a little bit warmer, but not going to help the Seattle Sea Serpents, or not do enough for them to get the win, but 3 hits nonetheless. But yeah, a lot of offense filling up the box scores here, both teams. Ox with a double and a triple. Yeah, Milligan was a home run away from the cycle. Crazy. Otani and Rosali, the starts in this one, neither one with a decision. Win is going to go to Beta Chapler of the Apex, and Cassius Bright takes the loss of the Sea Serpents. Amelia Milligan, your player of the game.
All right, next up here we have a 9-0 victory for Lunar Base over the New Orleans Rougarou. As Lunar Base side, all but one batter getting a hit. Looks like Jeff Newman didn't get on base at all, so 8 of the 9 batters getting on base. You have, looks like Dog and M&M 2 hits, 3 RBI. Allison Chains 2 hits as well. On New Orleans side, you do have a 2-hit day there from Sad Fakar. Going down to the pitching here. Lunar Base into dirt will take the win, going 8 scoreless. Taewon Bay, the loss for New Orleans, and your play of the game is going to be right into dirt.
All right, we're going to go right into minor league games. We got a quick sim here. A couple more quick sims, so stick with me. Prediction is up and live for New Orleans and Seattle. That is a primetime 3 matchup. Topic of the prediction is over under 8.5 runs total. I think that's a pretty close one, so I'm not sure right now. Kind of like the over, but sometimes these teams just have like really good outings on the stream games by the starters. So it is what it is. Hepcats and Lemurs. It's going to go to the Kansas City Hepcats 3-2 victory for them. As 7 total hits is enough in this one. A couple RBIs for Slobberknocker at the bottom lineup. 3-hit day for Hartman, a couple hits for Catch and Beatty Jr., but Lemurs only able to score 2 on those opportunities. Berger and Garoppolo, the starts. Not bad outings by either. No decisions, though. McFraud, the loss. Jecker, the win for the Hepcats. And C.J. Berger for the Lemurs, despite the loss, who's your player of the game.
All right, next up here, you have a big win for California, getting 8 runs against the Puerto Rico Ranas. And on the Puerto Rico side, you have 2 hits there from Justice, and then the 7 and the 8 hitters, Stern and Bersowski, getting 3 hits apiece. On California's side, you got some nice days there from Archer and Zen, but a big day there from Daniels in the 2-hole, getting 4 hits, 2 RBI. Going down to the pitching here, we have Matthews, who will take the loss. Nitro, the no decision, but Biglet gets the win in relief. Player of the game's going to be Trey Daniels.
Okay, State College winning over the Brew City Bears. They're creeping back to 500. So there's a lot of teams that are, there's like 2 or 3 teams that are pretty close to the top, and then there's a lot of teams that are just like 3 or 4 games below 500, it feels like. But close victory for the Swiss Steeds, but victory nonetheless. Brew City did all they could out hitting the Swift Steeds, but Gainey with 3 hits, a couple for leg and streamer, as well as McRoyd and stuff. Gainey had a dinger in there, but 4 runs is not going to cut it, and this one would in some other games, I'm sure. On the State College side, Joy with a 3-hit and a couple hits RBIs for Barrow, as well as Codruru. Tover now is going to be starting for the State College Swift Steeds, no decision there, and Mitchell for the Bears, no decision as well. Mantix with the dub, Bear with the loss, and Grayson Gainey, your player of the game.
All right, next up, Chicago will blank Amarillo 10-0 here, as Chicago limits them to only 2 hits. Amarillo's side, those 2 hits only coming from one player, with Toksum having this 2. On Chicago's side, you have Essence, who has only 1 hit, but 4 RBI. Looks like off of a 3-run home run, so they must have had a sac fly as well. Then you have Honkball with 2 hits, and at the bottom of the lineup, Jalexi Alexander continuing to have a good stream, 3 hits, 3 RBI. All right, going on to the pitching here, we have Ji Woo taking the loss, going 3 2/3, going up 7. Pecora getting their 6th win, going 6 scoreless there, and will be your player of the game.
All right. And finally, we have the Wheelers winning 10-7 over the Florida Flamingos. That's kind of basically a football score. It's like an Iowa game, unless they're playing Michigan. So Sebastian Otage, otherwise known as Sabotage, with a 2-hit, 6 RBI day, 3 hits for Bear and Giannis. A couple hits. I mean, everyone getting a hit, basically, except Ziegler for the Wheelers. And then on the Florida Flamingos side, they were also getting hits a lot on the bottom half of the lineup there. Sakudo getting his as well, a couple hits RBIs for Amy 43, who was a hero earlier in this stream. Dirk and Bakugo, not great starts, are going to get knocked out early. Lost goes to Bakugo. Win goes to Kone, and save to Abernathy Jr. Sebastian Otage, your player of the game. That will wrap up minors for this day. We have 2 more quick sims in store, and then we will get over to Seattle, where we watch the Rougarou and the Sea Serpents. We do a little quick simming, Parkman?
And just a bit. We sim a little bit.
A wee bit, and it's a wee bit favorable for the Voyagers,
And it looks like the Voyagers will get their 30th win, 12-3 over Vancouver. As on the New York side here, 12
Fry
hits,
needs
12
to stop
runs.
it, man. Like, oh
Dude,
my god.
He's going to have an MVP season from the 8-hole. That's what's happening. As you have Cove and DeMars with 3 hits, 2 RBI, and DeMars with 2 hits, 2 RBI, and 3 walks as well, as DeMar gets on base, was that 5 times today? Cove with 2 hits, and B. Fry 2 hit, 2 RBI. On Vancouver's side, really all their offense coming from Garfield with 2 hits, and then looks like Dan King Jr. hit a 2-run home run. Going down to the pitching here.
Oh, sorry.
Parker will get the win, going 7 1/3, giving up 2 earned, 3 in total. And then Lothric will take the loss, giving up 5 in just over 2 innings. Player of the game is going to be Franklin DeMars.
All right. We have the Toronto Pathfinders putting a 10-piece. A lot of high-scoring, one-sided games here. 10-1 victory for the Toronto squad over the Buffalo squad. Only two total hits for Buffalo. Surge on the Toronto side. It was 2 hit, 3 RBI days for Johnson Jr. and Mills there in the 2-3 spots. 3 hits for Ixon. He's having a solid rookie campaign if you want to count it as a rookie campaign. Lewis and Catter, Sudsy, I mean, everyone getting knocks there on the Toronto side. It'll be Clifton taking the loss in the start for the Surge. Starscream with win number 10, 10-0 on the season, no earned, 7 innings and 7 strikeouts. He's your player of the game.
Next up here, we have another one-sided victory here for the Providence Crabs. 8-1, scoring 6 runs in the last 3 innings there to get the W. On Providence's side, they're just really spreading out the offense. There is only one batter having multiple hits, and that's Philip Alou. But then you got a bunch of people having RBI, including Gonzalez and Fuse at the top having 2 apiece. And that's a no-hitter.
What?
Is that a combined no-hitter?
Combined, yeah. I think I came in.
You did. You ruined it for Pax Torn. Good job. Wow, come on. 101 pitches, that's nothing. That's,
wow. We saw that once earlier this season, though, right? A team no-hitter. I thought another team had one.
I don't remember one off the top of my head, but either way, congrats to you and Pax getting a combined no-hitter against Boise.
That's crazy. I was not even paying attention to it. I was just looking at how everyone got 1 hit and somehow we were able to score 8 runs.
Yeah, look at that. Pax only giving up 1 base runner in total. And they gave up an unearned run as well. So that 1 base runner came across to score. But then on Boise's side, Geronimo Ovechkin also had a great start. Unfortunately, will get tagged with the loss, only giving up the 1 earned. But player of the game's going to go to Pax Torrent.
Isn't that Ovechkin kind of getting the short end of the stick once more?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's too bad. Just not a bad game when you go into the 7th inning and only give up 1 run, and then it's like, oh, they just pitched a combined no-hitter against me. That's great. Outer Banks Aviators.
And I thought I was doing well, and apparently not.
Right, usually that's a quality start, right? 2 runs or less, and the 6 innings plus of work. Or I can't remember the exact criterion, but it's somewhere in that vicinity. Outer Banks Aviators win 4-3 over the Sloss, so they're not going to get the sweep here. The Sloss won't, but still sitting at 30 wins. Solid season for them. A couple hits for Okada Khan and a 4-for-4 day for Aaron Henry. San Antonio getting a 3-hit day from 10-minute version, who's heating up a little bit. Couple RBIs from Albies. Pitching-wise, it was Benny Sheets to start, Johnny Quest for the Sloss. Neither pitcher getting a decision. Toadstool with the dub, and Aaron Henry with the 4-hit day, your player of the game.
All right, next up here we have Death Valley finally getting over that 500 hump, going a 6-2 over.
I think this is the
Detroit.
first time they've been over 500 this season.
I believe it is, yes. On Detroit side, only mustering 5 hits, with 2 of those coming from Vita there in the 2-hole. On Death Valley side, who else other than Max Power going 3 for 4 there in the middle of that lineup, with Ostman getting 2 hits as well. Going down here, we have Hugh Mann taking the loss on Detroit side, with Johnny Tsunami going the distance. See, he pitched 29 pitches. Pax Torrent could have done that and gotten a no-hitter. Just had to come in and steal.
I didn't do anything. He gave up a run. Though.
An unearned run.
Counterpoint.
But either way, Tsunami will get the player of the game with that 15 strikeout performance.
That's a good one. But that's a lot of pitches. 129. He must have been gassed. And speaking of gassed, 11-inning extra game, but Space Rangers come out on top 2-1. Very low scoring affair here. Space Rangers kind of slid around a little bit, or losing streak to begin the stream, but a couple close wins over the Ruguru, getting them back on track. Cali Alvarez, a couple hits and RBI, as well as Cross Erickson with 2 hits. 3 for 4 day for Randberg, and Manuel Bang always seems to do well in the stream. I got to shout out my boy Lee for a 2 for 5 day for him. Hypocrites and Lycan starting in this one. Hypocrites going 9 full innings and no decision, only giving up 1 run. That's pretty tough. And Lycan also pitching well, but no decision. It's going to be Marson with the dub, Roberts with the loss, and HO Hypocrites, your player of the game. Ooh, look at this walk-off. Indy back to hating me.
Wow, as Indy jumps out in front there and then gets walked off in the bottom half of the 9th. Hank must have found something like a crumb on my shirt because he is going crazy. Stun gun. I just completely skipped the bats. Jesus, sorry. Hank, you're throwing me off. Chill out. Cal Pico on the side of Indianapolis got 2 hits. Outside of that, not much else. So a lot of chipping away there for those 4 runs. On Seattle side, they had a big day from Babbitt Person and Harley Quinn. Both of them getting 2 hits, with Babbitt Person and Knox getting solo shots. Going down to the pitching here, you have Stun Gun and Gerd both going 8 innings, but getting the no decision, as Bouchard will get the win on Seattle's half, and Bubbles will take the loss and blown save on Indy's side. Player of the game is going to be Irma Gerd.
All right. Irma Gerd getting it done. It's the Toros getting it done here. 6-3 victory over the Nashville Stars. Toros now at 26 wins for themselves. And on the bats here, we do have Salamanca, a couple hits in a ribby, a couple hits for Hammer, as well as Aldrin Sav, 2 RBIs for Yaboa. But all those hits and 3 runs to show for it, not going to work in this contest. Montgomery Burns, Oz, and McGillicuddy each with 3 hits to the bottom lineup. And then a good day for Lauren Jackson with a 2-hit, 3 RBI day. Clear, shout out to Yosh for the solo homer. It was Donahue taking the loss for the Stars, and Ike Sampson the win. 6 innings, no earned, and 7 strikeouts. He will be your player of the game. And that is it for majors. We go to minors. I better save. We want to make sure that no stays. Am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
It was all me, of course.
Of course, yeah.
Wheelers and Flamingos. I hate to do it to you, Parkwan.
Yeah, it's okay. Enoch just has my number. As Anchorage will get their 28th victory of the season, as Anchorage topples Florida 3-0. Going down here, looks like we had a nice little day there from Giannoulis, and then 2 RBIs there from McNeely. On Florida's side, getting 5 hits, but unfortunately can't do anything with those, with McQueen having 2 of them. On the pitching side, Guy Manuel Lohr will take the win, Goozer the hold, Abernathy Jr. the save, Dizzy Stoner will take the loss, and your player of the game will be Guy Manuel Lohr.
All right. Wheelers are good. Mingos are good. Hepcat's a little less good, but they get the win here, 3-0, shutting out the Lemurs, who are hovering just above 500. So Hepcats won the stream game. I can't remember who won the next one, but it looks like for sure the Hepcats win the series in this one. Although that stream game was pretty fun. Shy Dynasty with a 2-run bomb. Mantle and Slobberknocker with a couple hits apiece, as well as Arya Harper at the top of the lineup. Louisville's Alaskan Bull Runner, 3 hits and no help around him. Shrimp McDaniel with a couple hits as well. Rick Roll the start, no earned. Good outing for the Louisville start, but no decision. Glorbenspiel's going to get the win. 6 innings and no earned, 4 strikeouts. Starburns Glorbenspiel will be your player of the game. That name there. look at this. This is a big day for Brew City.
Big day indeed. That's a 14-5 win for Brew City, both getting their 20th win and bringing State College back to even with them. As you have a big day in this top 4 of the lineup for Brew City. 2 hits, 2 RBI for Lake, 4 hits, 5 RBI for Streamer, 2 hits, 4 RBI from McRoyd and Stuff, 3 hits for Argent, 2 hits for Patterson, and 2 from AI McFish. Going on to State College's side, is their offense just not 5 hits or 5 runs in a game would be pretty good, but not when you're facing that. So you got Ruru with 2 hits, Wellerman with 2 hits, and then UP with a 3-run home run. Going down to Brew City side, Squirrel will take the win. McChapperson, the loss on State College's side. Oh, man, 9 runs, only 1 of them being earned. That's rough. Player of the game is going to be Hound Streamer.
Yeah, that 4-hit, 5 RBI day, big. Kingpin's up to 33 wins. They put a 13-piece, so another big scoring one-sided game here. And Dills are a solid team, so that's not an easy one to do it on, but the Kingpins make light work of it. A couple hits for Gordon and Whirlwind, as well as Kirby Bernard, but it was all Chicago's Evanescence and Honkball. 3 RBIs from Kidd there, a couple hits and RBIs from Dawson. I mean, everyone contributing in this Chicago lineup. Look at that, 4 runs for Blanco, but we don't shout out Powell. It's not like he is a Hall of Fame player. Gross. Jeff Salad is going to take the loss for the Dillos, and Heiderscheid the win, 6 innings, 1 earned, and 6 strikeouts. But Pedro Blanco, your player of the game, because he walks a lot. That's how OTP works.
All right, in the last game here, we have the Ranas sneaking out a 2-0 victory over California. As on Puerto Rico's side, getting those 9 hits with multi-hit games come from Stern, DeYoung, and Quinn. California side only getting 2 hits, so nothing crazy offensively. Artemis Arya getting their 4th win of the season. Shirazi getting the save. Schlossberg will take the loss. Rough loss in a 5-scoreless game. Only 1 unearned run. And your player of the game will be Artemis Arya.
Arya heating up. Watch out, minor leagues. Puerto Rico and Arya could run the table if you give them enough room. So that'll do it for the quick sims on the night. I mean, technically speaking, we have one more, but I don't think there are any games that day. We'll double check as we advance the day. No minors, no majors, and we're going to jump into the game. Prediction is closed here. We have, wait, don't tell me. Seattle, right? And NOLA doing battle here. This one in Seattle. Sea Serpent's gotten a couple good wins in the previous series against the Indianapolis Apex. We've got another series. I think they're 3-game series coming up here. Maybe they're just 2 games, but still each team playing within their own conference. A Champions East, or no, is Nolan the Champions West? I think they are. I can't keep track of it anymore.
Hey, you're the majors GM here. I don't remember.
It's a team versus a team. Jethro Tull pitching against Manuel Bang. I think I start this one off. So, I don't know. It's been a minute. But I think you started it off. So, I would have, like, in the very first stream, right? Or for your first stream game. So,
sure.
Right? You did the opening game against the Sauce and
I think that's right. I don't remember.
Oh, my God. All right. I'll take it.
2 hours ago, man. I don't remember that.
Not quite. Yeah, we're gonna. Things are gonna move pretty fast here, though, as Jethro Tull throws first pitch to Manuel Bang. Bang is gonna fly out to left field for out 1. That'll bring up Danny Brennan. Brennan hitting pretty solidly, and is gonna line that to right field, though. Good contact, just not gonna count for a knock. Jeff Windsor's up, and Windsor bounces out to the third baseman. That is out number 3. 1, 2, 3. The Rougarou bats go. We go to the bottom of the first with Shane Knox, long-time Seattle Sea Serpent, leading things off. Brian Eshelman Jr. is going to get the rosin bag in this one, and he's going to give up an infield single, although it was a great play by Bang to just knock it down. 1 on, 1 out for Miss, and Miss is going to be up to bat, but not until Knox gets picked off by Eshelman. Good job by the Rook to take care of the Yvette. And that is going to be a missed strikeout or ground out. And then Houston Hayes flies out to right field. So Seattle getting hit, but nothing to show for it. 3 down in this one. We go to the top of the second with Sad Fakar starting things off. Fakar giving this a ride, but it's going to hang up in right center. 1 down. Justin Case now. 3-0 count to him. And he's swinging. Oof. You swinging on 3-0, man. You better hit a bomb. All I'm saying. Jordan Beechup Ray is going to get the first hit for the Ruger here with 2 down in the top of the first. So 1 on for Randberg. Randberg, the DH. 2 home runs, is going to dribble this one back to the pitcher. Out number 3. So not a lot of action here. Oh, did I not add everyone? I thought I did. Oh, it's fine. Still hella viewers. I didn't even know. It's been kind of quiet in the chat. Anyway, what's up, Hummus? We've got Jacob up.
Oh, yeah, there is no added one.
I did the ping or announcement. I didn't add. Probably because it
makes
always,
sense why we started with like 10 people.
Yeah, it's that it always gives me a nasty gram. I'm like, are you sure you want to add everyone? Like that's 900 people. Are you sure? And it just makes me really upset. But no runs here through the first couple innings. Could have a pitcher's duel par quad. It's New Orleans up now.
Indeed it is, and Tulowitzki will go down swinging at the full count fastball there for out number 1. Jefferson Steelflex up here, and he hits that one into the gap. So there you go. The former Florida Flamingo will get into second safely there. A golden mingo as that. Don't mean to brag or anything. And here's another one who strikes out. We're going to talk about that. Danny Brennan up now, 3-1 count. He'll draw the walk. There you go. You got runners at first and second here for Jeff Windsor, the 3-hole. And he'll watch that one go by. 4-pitch walk there from Tull. Bases juiced for Sad Fakar. And he'll get one into left field. That'll score 1. They send the second one, and that'll score 2. 2-0 lead for New Orleans there off of the bat of Sad Fakar. And, they almost get that one there, and just in case, just out by a hair. But the Rougarou will take a 2-0 lead here. All right, starting it up here for Seattle is Chris Angel. Oh, no, it's Theo Allard. As Theo Allard gets on with an infield single. Now here's Chris Angel, who immediately ruins that by grounding into a double play. Shane Knox, the leadoff batter, up now. And that will be the end of the third inning. As a quick 1-2-3 inning there after a leadoff batter gets on. But the double play will do it. And Beecham Reyes lifts that one into left, but it dies on the warning track for out number 1. So Robert Randberg will swing through that one, out number 2. And Tulowitzki, he gets that one into right. A little 2-out action there. 2 strikes and 2 outs, and Tulowitzki gets a single. But then gets immediately picked off.
Yo, Hummus, you missed it. We had a combined no-hitter on the stream here. Well, not live on stream, but in the box scores.
Yeah, it would have been a normal no-hitter if someone didn't get greedy.
Yeah, shut up.
As Hayes will get on base there. Babbitt Person, the hot-hitting bat, will fly out to center field. Jacob will launch that one into right field. That's going to be a single. So a little more 2-out magic here. As Seattle has 2 on for Harley Quinn, who hits that one into the gap. And that should be at least 1 run. I think they send the second. They do send the second runner. That will be do they get him at third? And they do.
That happens much now. That happens so much.
Indeed it does. Well, Harley Quinn at least will get credited for a 2 RBI double to tie the game up. Top of the 5th, Jefferson Steelflex will ground out to the first baseman. Manuel Bang up now. He will drop that one into right field for a 1-out single. Danny Brennan, the third baseman, up now. Hot shot to center field. That'll be out number 2. Jeff Windsor, the left fielder, up now. Jeff Windsor will stroke that one into right for a 2-out single. Runner moves up to third. So you got runners at the corners for Sad Fakar. Passed ball will drive in a run here. So that'll put New Orleans up 3-2. Sad Fakar still with the opportunity chance here. Or RBI chance.
Strike 3.
But he will watch that one go by. Strike 3. Unfortunately, that one will go against Jethro Tull as New Orleans jumps out to a 1-run lead. Piranha Plant, the first baseman, up now. That will be ball 4. Leadoff batter on against Eshelman. And Theo Allard hits that one up the middle, and they don't send the runner to third. So you got runners at first and second, no outs for Chris Angel. And that will be just a 1 out there as both runners move up. Then Shane Knox gets that one in to tie the ball game back up at 3. So you have runners at the corners, 1 out for Shy and Miss, who hits that one high and deep into right field. That one also will die at the track. And that one, I believe, is safe, and it will. Seattle is now up 4-3 on the sac fly by Shy and Miss. Full count to Houston Hayes, and he'll check his swing, and he'll get ball 4. So you got runners at first and second, 2 outs for Babbitt Person, who will sky it into left field for the final out. But Seattle jumps back on top, 4-3 after 5. Top of the 6th now, you have Justin Case leading it off against Tull. And that will be out number 1. Jordan Beecham Reyes up now. And Reyes will hit that one down the right field line. That's going to be a single. Sobert Randberg up the DH. That will be a inning-ending double play for Jethro Tull. Bottom 6, leading it off here is going to be Alyssa Jacob, the right fielder. Jacob will ground out to the shortstop for out number 1. Harley Quinn up now. They will watch that full count pitch go by for strike, and that will be out number 2. Piranha Plant grounder to the third, but is going to be able to beat it out as the third baseman can't make the throw. 2-out infield hit. Theo Allard will pop that one into center field. Inning over. Top of the 7th, Seattle still leads 4-3 here. Trevor Tulowitzki up now. They will watch that one go by for strike 3. Jefferson Steelflex, the center fielder, up now. 3-1 count. And he'll hit that one to the third baseman, and that one will be out number 2. Manuel Bang up now. Bang hits that one hard to center field off. Ooh, that's going to get off the wall on the bounce there. 2-out double for Manuel Bang. Danny Brennan up now. Danny Brennan hits that one into left. That's going to get down, and they're going to send Bang. They are, and that will tie the ball game up. An RBI single by Danny Brennan to make it a 4-4 game. Jeff Windsor up now, and he'll strike out as Tull gets through that one. But this game is tied up once again. 7th inning stretch going now. Bottom 7, Chris Angel leading it off. And he will hit that one right to the second baseman for out number 1. Shane Knox.
Wait, we haven't hit the over yet. Technically. I guess we do.
True,
we do have to. I guess.
Yeah.
Never mind. No, I'm sorry. I get you, Chief. You're just one step ahead of me. Cool.
Yeah, you got it. It's it's late. Dust's brain isn't working at 100% right now.
It doesn't at any time of the day, actually.
Hey, I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. Don't do that.
Maybe don't do that.
Well, speaking of benefit of the doubt, Dust finished this game off for us.
All right, we have a good one here in Seattle, all knotted up at 4 apiece. Fakar's going to draw things up, draw a walk on the full count, but just in case, watches strike 3 go by. 1 out, and Laharm James on there is going to surrender a hit all the way to the wall by Jordan Beecham Reyes. We have runners on second and third. A sac fly from Randberg gives the Ruger the lead in the top of the 8th. Full count, and it's a balk! Oh! Laharm James balks here to score Fakar. If you have a full count, doesn't that count as a ball? Or doesn't it? I thought a balk counted as a ball for the batter, but maybe it's not a pitch. So
no,
Randberg grounds out to
balk is always runner's advance.
Yeah, I thought it was both, like his advance and ball. But then a Tulowitzki single to right scores the runner to make it a 6-4 game. Rougarou getting a block and a knock to make it a 6-4 game. Seattle trying to tie it back up with Alyssa Jacob. And Jacob giving this one a ride. And that's over the left fielder. Maybe he took too many steps in. Your first step is always back when you're in outfield, usually. I mean, unless you're really good. So I won't doubt whatever, like a really good fielder will do in the pros, like a Mike Trout. But Quinn up to bat can't get it out to right field for deep enough for a sac fly. And then Piranha Plant strikes out swinging. So Lard needs a single to score him. Pretty good contact, but it hangs up in center. And so Jacob with the triple is going to be stranded there in the bottom of the 8th. They really needed that run across. Top of the 9th, New Orleans trying to add in some insurance. Manuel Bang starting things off. Couple hits in this outing, but it's going to be a fly out to center. That is 1 down. 0-2 count to Danny Brennan, and Brennan fights it off, but it's a line out to Jacob and right. 2 outs, and then Windsor hits this one high to left field for out number 3. Bottom of the ninth, we got the 9-1-2 hitters for Seattle. They're trailing by 2. New Orleans playing pretty well here at the end to take the lead in the 7th and 8th. Chris Angel is going to bounce out to the second baseman. That's one quick one. 2-2 count to Shane Knox, and Knox bounces out to the shortstop. So Hackenbush is 1 out away from finishing it. Miss, bounces out to the first baseman. No free baseball here in this outing. 6-4 victory for the Brew Crew over Seattle. They come back in the 7th to tie it up, at 8th to take the lead and take care of business. And yeah, that's about right, Musha. It was a 3-hit day for Beecham Rays, a couple hits for Tulowitzki, and Manuel Bang Fakar with a couple ribbies mixed in there. Knox with 3 hits, as well as Jacob and Lard with a couple hits, and 2 RBIs for Quinn. Eshelman Jr., no decision there. Toll's going to take the loss. Hackenbush the dub, and Jordan Beecham Rays, your player of the game.
As San Antonio will get win number 31 on the season, taking down Boise and Tiny Chef 6-1. Boise's side there had 2 hits from McMagic at the spot top there, with Gonzalez Jr. getting 3 for 4 there in the 8-hole. On San Antonio's side, leading it off with Albies getting 2 hits and Zane Cold having a 3-run home run, it looks like. Going down to the pitching side here, Tiny Chef will get their 8th loss of the season. Selberg their 6th win and the player of the game.
All right, the Voyagers keep winning. They're pretty heating up right now, pretty hot. 3-0 victory for them over the Outer Banks Aviators. 5 in a row and that's a 1-hitter. I was watching that, and then I kind of lost track of it when I started calling the game there. But that's a 1-hitter there by Crawford, and Ness able to shut it down at the end there. Only hit coming from Khan. Paladors a couple ribbies, as well as Belt Cove with 2 hits, 3 runs, low scoring, but that's all they needed. Hangman the loss, but pitched pretty decently. Crawford, masterful game, 7 innings, no earned, and 9 strikeouts, is your player of the game.
All right, next up here, we have a very close game that came down at the top of the 9th as Buffalo just eked out a win against the Providence Crabs 6-5. As, what do we say?
Hits
don't matter. Even if it is for, your lovely hosts such as Dustillion.
They definitely don't matter then.
As on Buffalo's side, speaking of hits, we have Denstro and Mustard with 2, as well as Valor having 2, with Mustard having 2 RBI off of that 2-run home run. On Providence side, lots of offense there, just unfortunately not enough runs. You have Gonzalez with 3 hits, 4 for 4 a day from Joe Shiesty Jr., and then 2 hits from Mr. Alligator and Alou as well. Going down to the pitching, both starters are going to get a no decision, with Roy getting the win and blown save on Buffalo's side, with Boneta and DePotson taking the L. And then Joe Shiesty Jr. going to be the player of the game. See, they had to come back to you because you had to steal no hitter.
Yeah.
So they're like, all right, L right there. There you go.
I'm just not as blessed as or gifted as the Voyagers. I can't bank on a positive 5 Pythag to win me the division, so I lose all my 1-run games. The
whoa.
Vandals.
Sure.
What? Look at that Pythag, man.
It might be this season. I didn't look.
It is. It's pretty bad. Anyway,
I know last season I looked
you.
and it's like, oh, my combined Pythag was like -12 between the Flamingos and New York.
Yeah. Oh, well, Pythag you kind of take it with a grain of salt sometimes, though. But anyway, Vandals are going to knock down the Pathfinders, and maybe an unexpected victory for them, 10-7. That's it's like a Steelers-Ravens score of old. As the Vandals getting a lot of offense from Hayes and Garfield, a couple hits for Swerve Jr., and 3 ribbies from Dan King Jr. Grove and Ferris Brewer Jr. also doing work. 3 hits for Lewis, a couple hits for Brinkley and Pilsudski. Psyduck is going to take the loss there after pitching really, really well early on stream here. And then Cove is going to get the dub for Vancouver. Elwood Hayes, your player of the game. As we do have a prediction up, folks, for our final stream game. It's going to be primetime for Nashville and Indy. Over-under total hits 19.5. And that one we cannot close prematurely. So I'm on top of that, boys. Don't worry.
And that will be another victory there for Death Valley, 10-4 over Cancun. As Cancun side had 10 hits, only 4 runs, so having not a bad offensive day, just not as good as Death Valley. With Jackson and Sims getting 2 hits at the top, with Sims having 3 RBI off of a 3-run home run. Death Valley side, you have 2 hits, 4 RBI there for Slammer, 2 hits for Ray Card, 2 for Kuma, 3 for Ostman with 2 RBI as well, and Gladdy Verrero with 2 hits as well. Going down to the pitching side here, Montaigne will take the loss, Lebowski the win, and Petrovic the save. Player of the game is going to be Rake Slammer.
Okay, Space Rangers kind of picking things back up. I think they started like 0-3, maybe 3-0 now. On the sim day, they win 6-4 over the Detroit Demons. They've been playing each other pretty tough here. It was a couple hits and a couple RBIs for Maple Dogwood, a couple hits for Burnside and Vita as well, but 4 runs not gonna do enough. And despite them nearly doubling the hit total of the Space Rangers draw 6 walks and get 6 hits for 6 RBIs and 6 runs. And yeah, it's a lot of 6 there. 4 RBIs for Dog and Eminem. Was that a grand slam? Yes, it was. Vader Page, the victim there of that Dog and Eminem grand slam, and propelling 2/3 of the offense for the Space Rangers. Vader Page will take the loss. Mano Wright the dumb and will be your player of the game. 6 innings, 1 earned, and 8 strikeouts.
All right, next up here we have Nashville getting their 20th victory on the campaign, 3-1 over Indianapolis. On the Indy side, not much offense going there, but you have Ileshu, the catcher, getting 2 hits. On Nashville side, Lalo Salamanca leading it off there with 3 for 4, as well as Jose 43 and a quarter getting 2 hits, being their big offensive contributions there. Going down to the pitching, Beauregard Rove takes the loss for Indy, and Claudaddy gets the win for Nashville, with Hitsunagi getting the save. Player of the game could be Claudaddy.
Okay, and last, we already did that one actually, so we'll switch it over to the minor leagues. We have the Kingpins still winning 7-1 or 7-2 over the Puerto Rico Ranas. Just 15 hits, a lot of offense. They're on a 5-game win streak. Everyone getting it done pretty much in the lineup except for Dawson, the DH. 3 RBIs for Honkball in there, 3 hits for Sterling. I mean, you name it, they were hitting it. Stern, that is Sterling Stern at the top of the lineup there for the Ranas with 3 hit days, as well as Tex Justice Jr. with a couple hits and a ribby for the Ranas, but 2 runs and definitely not going to cut in this one. Crane Pool, no decision. Vandals is going to take the loss. Luna Jose Rodriguez Ortiz, the winning pitcher in this one, 6 innings, 2 earned, and just 1 strikeout, but gets the dub with the run support. Will be your player of the game.
All right, next up here, the Kansas City Hepcats taking down the Florida Flamingos 3-2. In another case of hits don't matter. On Florida's side, those 10 hits only mustering across 2 runs. It's 2 hits from Jimothy Jr., Clayton McQueen, and Riston. On Kansas City side, their big offensive day, they're coming from Shea Dynasty, who went 3 for 4. Then a bunch of looks like 2 solo home runs there from both Thriller and Dynasty. Player they're pitching here, Green will take the no decision, as well as Melgar. Loss is going to be to go to Apollo Hyde. Catch the win, Ziegler the save. Player of the game is going to be Robert Green, excuse me.
Robert Green's been such a good pitcher for you guys, and he just never gets the run support.
Him, it seems like our 2 best pitchers don't.
Yeah, it's going to be the Dillos getting a win 27. They win 5-3 over the Brew City Bears. Houndstreamer, though, doing all he can. 2 hits, 2 ribbies, couple hits for Days and Guile. Payne with a solo bomb, but it's not enough. On the Dillo side, a couple hits for Toksum and Gordon, 2 RBIs for Gordon, as well as Sandshrew at the bottom of the lineup. Ford is going to take the loss for the Bears. Valorant Arcanum with the dub. 6 innings and a third, 3 runs earned, and 6 strikeouts. Valorant Arcanum will be your player of the game.
All right, next up, we have State College Swifties taking down the Anchorage Wheelers 6-5 with a 9th inning win there for State College. Lots of offense there. You have 3 hits for Conraru leading it off, and then 2 hits from Joy, Vasaro, Barrow, and Yuppie. On Anchorage's side, though, also having some decent games there with 2 hits from Ziegler and a 3 for 4 day with 2 RBI for La Rosa. Going down to the pitching here, you have Bones, who went 8 1/3, giving up 5, taking the W. Fromm with the save. Fisher, the no decision, with Kinsella taking the L. Player of the game is going to be Adam Joy.
Okay, and we finally have the Lemurs shutting out the Firehawks. They win 4-0 over California. Yeah, 10 total hits there for Lemurs. I mean, Firehawks getting theirs as well. New fan with 3 of those 8 hits, but not with runners on base really. And the Lemurs, 31 left on base, pretty big mark there. Could have been even higher scoring for him, but Javier Franco, Shrimp McDaniel, Archie McCannon getting it done kind of in the middle of that lineup. It will be Pitt taking the loss and Mata with the win. 6 innings and no earned, 2 strikeouts, but Diego Javier Franco is going to steal player of the game from him. So we'll get into our final stream game of the night, and it will be the Nashville Stars hosting the Indianapolis Apex. A little bit of a longer stream there. I'm going to have to I'm just going to blame scheduling team. That's the only way to do it. So yeah, let's get over to the next one. Stars, Apex. Prediction will be closing momentarily. It's Krispy Kreme and Tucker Montgomery set to do battle.
Yeah, it should be a interesting game here, as obviously it looks like it's in Nashville's favor, but we've seen crazier things. However, Krispy Kreme has had a rough bit of it here. It looks like he's had like really good starts and then really bad starts from what I've seen so far. Start of the season, a little hot, a little cold. Yeah,
I mean he's always hot when he's updating the crabs. Shout out to Master Sheep, goated updater. But
it's true.
But yeah, it has a 9 ERA against the Apex, but I wouldn't say Tucker Montgomery is doing better against the Stars or anyone for that matter. So we'll see, but things do play out a little bit differently than expected sometimes on stream, and we're gonna find that out right now. Parkwad, take it away for the first couple innings and last stream game of the night, folks. So here we go. Prediction is closed.
I could love to see Paz in the chat for an Indy live game here with Nate Nitro leading it off here against Krispy Kreme. And that will be a ground out to the third baseman to start the game off.
Strike 3.
As Josh will go ahead and strike out there in the 0-2 count with the knuckle curve. Amelia Milligan coming up now, the shortstop, hitting in the 3-hole. 2-2 count, and they will get that one in the left. 2-out single there for Amelia Milligan. Curtis McKenzie, the left fielder, up now. That's going to be a rocket to the shortstop, but out number 3 it is. So not a quiet inning there from Indy to start the game. Bottom 1, we got Salamanca leading it off in right field there for the Stars. As he'll hit that one hard, but the center fielder able to get there. Cilium's coming up now. And that one's going to be into the gap, as that one can't be gathered by the center fielder. So a 1-out double by Jake Ciliums. Jose 43 1/4, the catcher. Here he is, 3-1 count, and that will be ball 4. Runners at first and second now for Adalbert Steiner. Oh no, passed ball. We'll have the runners move up into scoring position. And Steiner cranks that one into right field. Not deep enough, but good arm in right field by Pigo to keep the runner there.
Strike 3.
And then a great pitch there by Montgomery as they get out of it, as it looked like all but sure that Nashville was going to score, but they are able to get out of it. Top of the second go, Cal Pico leading it off. And he will ground out to the second baseman for out number 1. Koala Kyle coming up. That's going to be a hard shot, one into left field, but a nice play by Steiner for out number 2. Reyes will get that one past the shortstop for a single. Ileshu, the catcher, coming up now.
Strike 3.
And he'll swing through that one, end of the top of the second. Bottom of the second we go now with Bailey Jones, the cold-hitting third baseman. And that will be a pop fly into right. Easy play there, out number 1. Tony Yeboah, here he goes, the first baseman, 0-2 count. That's going to be into center field, but the second baseman, the shortstop, able to range over for the out. Kirihara coming up now, and that's going to be a ground out to the shortstop. A 1-2-3 inning there for Montgomery. All right, top of the third, still scoreless game. Let's see how this goes here, Dust.
Yeah, Rich Cannonbon trying to help strike across the first run, and he's leading things off with a single. That'll bring up Nitro, trying to lay down the bunt. It fails. It fails again, and then just draws the walk. So runners on first and second. Nobody out for Jula. The Jew. Haven't seen Josh in stream but it was going to fly out to center. 1 down. That'll bring up Milligan. 3-1 count to Milligan. Grounds out into the 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. So a little bit of traffic for the Apex, but no fireworks. It's going to be Stars back up to bat with Aldrin Sov leading things off in the bottom of the 3rd. Tucker Montgomery deals, and that's a loud hit, but it is directly at the center fielder, Nitro. 1 down, and then an infield single legged out by Lalo Salamanca. 1 on, 1 out for Jake Silliams. Second baseman gives us a ride to center, but it is caught for out number 2. Jose 43 1/4 will ground it back to Montgomery, the pitcher, and we've got a pitcher's duel here through 3 innings, top of the 4th, with Curtis McKenzie up for the Apex. And McKenzie gives this one a ride, back, and gone. Solo homer gives us our first run in this game. Apex pull out to a 1-0 lead. That one going 404 feet, pretty, no doubt about it, off the bat there. Pico up.
Strike 3.
Tries the oldest swing back, but that is ruled strike 3 anyway. Or maybe it went around. 1 down. Now Koala Kyle is going to get on via an error. That is going to be...
Strike 3.
I couldn't tell who that was on, actually, if that was on the pitcher or if the first baseman, but runner on second. 2 down now after that strikeout of Rays. Alescu pops this one up, ranging in quite a bit as the second baseman to end the inning. So solo homer gives the Apex a 1-0 lead, bottom of the 4th, with Adalbert Steiner and the 4-5-6 hitters due up. Steiner pops this one up to the shortstop, who catches it behind second. That is 1 down. And then Jacques Hammert grounds out to the shortstop. So 2 up, 2 down. Bailey Jones trying to get off the cold streak, is lining this one, and a sliding grab for extra style points by Cal Pico in right field ends the 4th inning. Apex with the top of the 5th. It is Banenboom leading things off. 1-0 lead. He's trying to extend on, and Rich Cano Banenboom with a couple hits, 2 for 2 day at the yard here. That'll bring up Nate Nitro, who does successfully lay down the bunt, but maybe should have just not done that, as that gets the lead runner, kind of defeats the purpose. Nitro takes off for second, so we got runner at second for Judah the Jew, and that is going to be a gap shot to right center. That's going to trade places with Judah the Jew, and we have a 2-0 ball game after the RBI double. Amelia Milligan now with an RBI chance, going to ground out to the shortstop. That will put what is going on with my cat here? He's playing with the cords. That's fine. I'm sure it's fine. McKenzie's going to get a clutch RBI double there. McKenzie, hot hit and had a home run. Now gets an RBI single, to make it 3-0. However, the ground out from Pico ends the top of the 5th, but Indy makes it a 3-0 game. We go to the bottom of the inning with the bottom of the lineup for the Stars due up. And that is going to be a Yaboa ground out to the second baseman. 1 down after 1 up. Hirahara now flies out to left. 2 outs. Aldrin Sov, 0-2 count for Montgomery. Gives this one a ride, but just a little waltz over in center field by Nate Nitro takes care of that one. So Tucker Montgomery, hey, we were bashing him a little bit earlier, but 5 innings and no earned strikeout. He's getting it done against the Stars. Koala Kyle leads things off with a ground out to his third base counterpart. That is 1 down, and then Marcelo Reyes bounces out to his second base counterpart. And Alescu, in a roundabout way, strikes out to his catcher counterpart. 1-2-3 inning for Krispy Kreme. Has given up a few earned runs on the solo homer and some small ball. But we go to the bottom of the 6th with the Stars trying to get Kreme some run support. That is a strikeout, though, by Salamanca for 1 down in the bottom of the 6th. Silliams on the full count takes that one. Down and away, they said, or down and in. And Jose 43 1/4 strikes out. So 2 outs, 1 on for Adalbert Steiner. Nashville held the 2 hits to this point, and see if that holds true. It's a strikeout. Number 4 on Montgomery. He just gets better as the game goes on. 6 innings, no earned, and 4 Ks. Top of the 7th we go. Apex looking to add to their 3-run lead. As Banenboom with a couple hits. Not going to get another one there. Jebediah Crunk enters the game, striking out Banenboom on the first batter he faces. Nate Nitro now up. And Nitro is going to leg out an infield single. You know he's got the wheels. Watch him take off for second. There he goes. In there easily. So we got a runner in scoring position for the Jew once more. But that is a bounce out to the second baseman. So 2 down, runner on third. Milligan needs a single. grounds out to the shortstop. Aldrin Sov takes care of business. 7th inning stretch, and Nashville needs to stretch out the bats a little bit and get them a little bit more limber. Is Hammer is due up for the Stars. Montgomery's been shutting him down, and Hammer grounds out the second baseman. Bailey Jones up, flies out to left field, and that is out number 2. Yeboah now flies out to right field, and that is 7 innings of work without a run allowed. Only 2 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts for Montgomery. Parco, not maybe what I expected, but maybe it's what we deserve.
Hey, I mean, Paz is in chat. Maybe that was it, as he needed to stick around to give Indy the luck. As McKenzie flew out the deep right field for out number 2. Pico flies out to center for out number 2. And then Koala Kyle will strike out as 3 up, 3 down for Crunk. Bottom 8, though, as Nashville has a few left to try and get something going here, as you have Hirahara leading off. Hirahara laces one down the right field line for a home run that just tucks in fair. Ooh. A solo home run for Alexandra Hirahara, their first of the season. All right, Nashville trying to claw their way back, now only down by 2. You have Aldrin Sov now, who will hit a single. You got back-to-back hits now for Nashville to lead off the bottom of the 8th. Beta Chapler in now. And that will be an out at first. Salamanca couldn't beat that one out.
Strike 3.
But the runner moves up to second. And then just like that, Silliams will strike out. Beta Chapler comes in, gets 2 outs here. Let's see if he can finish it, and he can. All right, so they get 1, but that is not going to be enough. Top of the 9th, let's see if Indy can tack on some runs here, their last shot.
Solos won't kill you.
They will not, and Reyes will strike out there. Ileshu coming up, here we go. Catcher. And he will swing through that one, and that will be out number 2. Bananenboom, the DH. Let's see if he can do something here. And he will ground out into the shift for the final out of the top of the 9th inning. Bottom 9 here, we have the 4, 5, and 6 batters up for Nashville. Let's see if they can get something going or if they will go out quietly. Steiner hits that one hard into right field and deep, and not deep enough. And on the warning track, it is caught for out number 1. That's going to be a fly ball into left from Hammer, out number 2. 2-2 count to Bailey Jones, and he'll swing through that one. Beta Chapler completes the 6-out save for Indy there. 3-1 in favor in Indianapolis over Nashville.
What can I say? The Apex love me. The rest of the league hates me as Indianapolis wins 3-1 on the road in primetime 4. We already know primetime Indy built different here. Curtis McKenzie with a dinger, a couple hits and RBIs. Judah the Jew with an RBI knock as well. 3 runs is all they need, and they take care of business in Tennessee. Hirahara did give a solo home run for Nashville. Not a bad outing for Krispy Kreme's going to take the loss, though, and Montgomery with an impressive 7-inning, 1 earned, 4 strikeout performance. And Beta Chapler is going to get the save. Tucker Montgomery, deservedly so, your player of the game.
All right, that's going to be an extra inning affair here between OBX of Alaska and New York, as they will take down the Voyagers 9-6 off of a 3-run home run in the top of the 9th, or 13th, I think that was, excuse me. OBX having big days here from the middle of their lineup with Cole Kim going 4 for 6, Karu 3 for 6 with 6 RBI, Khan going 2 hits, 2 RBI, as well as Fielder having 2 hits. On New York side, having the more hits, because we know that counts every time. As Dion with 3, Cove with 2, Rye with 4, Palidorus and Cove with 2 apiece as well. Going down to the pitching side here, both starters will get the no decision. Toadstool the hold out of the blown save, Johnson the win, and Closer will take the loss on the side of New York. Hatsukaru will go ahead and, they hit 3 home runs today. I didn't even realize that. Ooh. Hatsukaru, your player of the game, with 3 home runs.
All right. We have the Buffalo Surge taking the Crabs to extras, and they're going to win 9-8 thanks to a Hulk Savage run scoring double there in the 10th. It was a pretty good amount of offense for both teams. Hulk Savage with 3 hits, De'Aaron Taylor with 4 knocks, and a couple hits for Forbes Jr., Denstro with a 3-run homer. Providence getting it done at the top of the lineup with Gonzalez and Whiskey Fuse. Benito in there a little bit as well as Crocs out with a solo homer. Pitching wise, it was Bazooka Joe and Choi. Neither of them getting the start. Choi is going to get the win for the Surge. DePotson's going to choke as usual, and Whiskey Fuse will be your player of the game.
All right, next up here we have a 6-4 victory for Toronto over Vancouver. On Vancouver's side, they had a lot of offense there at the bottom of their lineup. A big day there for Chance Grove, having a 3-run home run off. What can I say except you're welcome. On Toronto's side, though, all those hits coming from a bunch of different players. Adina Mite, Mills, Lewis, Catter, and Ixon all having 2 hits. All right, going down to the pitching here. Jackson will take the loss on Vancouver's side. What can I say except you're welcome. They'll go in the distance, giving up only 3 runs, striking out 9, and getting the win and player of the game.
Okay, and it will be the Sloss continuing their winning ways. I think that's 6 or 7 in a row. I don't know. I don't know if they've lost today. I think they maybe lost 1. It had a good stream. 5-2 victory for them over the Boise Raptors at home. Xavier McMagic getting up, hitting RBI. That's not a home run. Thought it was at first glance, but yeah, just sparse offense for the Raptors. 2 runs to show for it. 3-for-3 day for Brown. A couple hits, a couple RBIs. For Fresca at shortstop. Albies with a 2-run homer. Don Marcus mixing a homer. Shout out to Gaming While Bald for modding. It's going to be Franklin Judge Cruiser taking the loss for the Boise starter. Shikrin DePollo is the winning pitcher in the start. And Antonio Fresca, your player of the game.
All right, next up here, Lunar Base getting their 33rd win of the season, going 8-5 over Detroit. All right, on Detroit's side, all but one batter getting a hit with multi-hit days there from Vida and Ruiz. On Lunar Base's side, a lot of their offense is bunched up here. 4-for-5 day with 4 RBIs from Arthur Morgan. A 2-hit day there from Dog and Eminem. And then a 3-for-4 day there for Boyant down in the 8-hole. Going down to the pitching here, we have Bogan Bay Bader with the loss, Macarena the win, Marston the save. Player of the game is going to be Arthur Morgan.
All right, we have the Seattle Sea Serpents shutting out the Ruger. They went 8-0. We saw the game before where New Orleans went on the road. Seattle with a bit of revenge there. It was only 3 total hits for New Orleans, and on the Seattle side, 4-for-5 day for Knox, 3 RBIs for Miss, a 3 RBI day for Jacob, a couple hits for Angel at the bottom of the lineup. Cookie's going to get the win, 7 innings, no earned, and 8 strikeouts. Mitchell the loss, and Cookie will be your player of the game.
And last but not least, we'll have a 9-2 victory for Cancun over DVS, who was having a very good stream. Cancun's side, lots of offense there. You have Jackson with 2 hits, Blue Sky getting 3 hits, 3 RBI there in the 2-hole. Wall with 2 hits, the Sims with 2, Unruly Rowdy Diamonds are clear, not cloudy. Good old Yosh there having 2, and Burns having 2 as well. On Death Valley side, not much of their offense going on, as you do have a solo shot from Max Power, but that pretty much being it. Going down to pitching, Wayne Wheeler going 8 1/3 with only 1 run given up, striking out 6. Stryker Jr. taking the loss there on Death Valley side. Player of the game can be Wayne Wheeler.
All right, that wraps up majors. We just have to go through the minors quick, and we are all done for the sim day. The Hepcats are going to win 7-2 over the Florida Flamingos. So Flamingos start out with a few wins, then drop a few games here.
5 in a row, brother. 5 in a row.
Yeah, it feels bad, man. I don't know. And I'm like, I get it. Trust me. Sakudo is gonna get a home run. Looks like a 2-run homer, but that's not doing it here against the Hepcats, who scored 7. Lawrence and Thompson, as well as a 3-hit day for Earp Steve-O. Porkman, no decision. Jashawn, the loss, and Legacy Point with the win for the Hepcats. Ryan Lawrence, Kansas City first baseman, your player of the game.
I think I just realized. I know what did it. Right after that second game, I think, is when I badmouth good old Don Marcus. I think that's what happened. I think I don't believe in superstitions, but maybe being mean to the mods is They just flip a switch
It's
on
not
the back
superstition, it's karma. Big difference. Big difference.
Well, speaking of karma, we have a 4-3 victory from Chicago over Puerto Rico. Don't know how that's karma because Chicago is just winning everything. But Chicago will have multi-hit days here from Essence, Sterling, Kidd, and Simons the third. On Puerto Rico side, big day from a couple batters, with both Stern and Barry going 3 for 5 today. Going down to the pitching side, both starters will have no decisions, with actually both of them having not terrible starts. On the side of Chicago, Ruggsy with the Heelys will get the win. Farnsworth the save. On Puerto Rico's side, Rockefeller the hold, Goodman the blown save, and Immune the loss. Tyon Solo will be your player of the game.
My cat is or my little kitten is just all about my cursor on the screen right now. So if you hear a monitor knocking over, that's probably what it is. Amarillo Armadillos are going to win 9-3 over the Brew City Bears. It's going to be a couple hits for Rhino Leg as well as a couple RBIs for McFish on Brew City, but 3 runs not enough in this contest. Kirby Bernard with 3 hits as well as Slammed Off and Whirlwind. Love that name, Slammed Off. 3 ribbies for Murphy and a couple hits for him as well as Wolfington Jr. Shrew. I mean, everyone on the Dillo side doing work. It's going to be McIntosh the loss and Unac Liberth with the win. Troy Murphy for the Dillos is your player of the game. I have to give weekly kitten updates? Yeah, dude, for sure. For sure, I could do that. How much you paying me? I mean, this kitten's a freeloader. He's got to earn his, he's got to earn his keep.
That's true. Yeah. All right, as California gets a big win here, 8-0 over Louisville, getting their 15th win of the season. 1 channel point a week.
Sounds good, my guy. Sounds good.
All right, on Louisville side, only mustering 4 hits, with Trip McDaniel getting 2 of those. On California side, all but 1 batter contributing here, as you have Rocha with the top with 2 hits, and then New Fan getting 3 hits there, as well as Deathridge having 2 RBI there. Going down to the pitching side, of next will take the loss. Virum the win. Player of the games will be Ryan Virum.
All right, and our last one of the night, Wheelers win over those Swifties 4-3. This one in Anchorage, of course, Anchorage, North Carolina. It was a 3 for 5 day for Kadru and a 3 for 4 day for Nookrim, but those 3/4 of the offense only mustering 3 runs, not enough. It was Bayer with a couple hits as well as Walker Wallace with a couple ribbies. Ziegler, the 3 for 4 day at the top of the lineup, and a dinger as well. Another Cove. This is, that one. Gay Lake Monster Cove backwards is getting the start, no decision. Hugh Belong with me the loss. Kone with the win. And Shane Ziegler, your player of the game. And that will wrap things up. We saw some fun stream games, some interesting box scores all around. We had some good games. Oh, that's not the right one. We have some good games for the par quads there. We have some bad games for the par quads there. We have some bad games for the Dustillion. We have some good games for the Dustillion. What can I say? It's another stream in the books.
You're talking about who likes you and who doesn't. I know somebody that doesn't like you after today. It's good old Pax Torrent. Missing out on a no-hitter. Good old Crabston to Potson had to get in there.
Yeah,
get a save.
That's true. I
will say though, I don't remember another combined no-hitter happening this year.
Or there was one in an announcement this season or the end of last season.
But I feel like those are just as rare as like actual no-hitters. Which, I mean, obviously no-hitters are a big deal, but like I feel like combined no-hitters seem to be also like equally as rare.
There is a thing called a search function in Discord, so Toros pitched a combined no-hitter. It was 6 weeks ago.
So that was
season 43.
Was it 40? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, to be fair, he gave up a walk. I mean, but it's OTP. They try really hard, but there's still, it feels like a lack of it feels like there's a lack of realism sometimes with how the results pan out. Not saying that like they're impossible results, but feels like sometimes they produce some improbable results and some results that kind of, or some outcomes that make your head scratch, especially when played out live on stream, which is why I usually prefer not to watch those. But just my take. I mean, because like real MLB, you're not a pitcher if they give up a walk and a run comes across from like a sac fly, wild pitch combo, whatever. Like they're not getting taken out in the 8th inning after only like 90 pitches and in a no hitter.
Especially if they still have a no hitter intact.
Right. Even if they did give up an unearned run, like they're not gonna take them out. So I don't know.
Well, Don Marcus, thanks for doing the mods tonight. We appreciate it. You go get some sleep and have a good night.
Yeah.
Appreciate the mod as always.
We are about wrapped up here, just finishing up the uploading process.
Any last second ask the booth questions for you folks out there? So that's always something that is fun to do. Saw that there was a good game of football on tonight.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's Thursday night football. Are you saying that sarcastically?
Yes, because the Chargers are bad.
Oh yeah, they're pretty bad. I mean, they even lost to Denver. That's how bad they are.
It is 63-14 in favor of Las Vegas.
What is McConnell starting?
Yes, Aiden McConnell, the GOAT.
Is Jacobs just running them ragged or what? Like, how do they have 60?
No, Aiden O'Connell's got 4 touchdowns, brother.
Dang.
I don't think Jacobs. Yeah, no, Josh Jacobs didn't even play today. I think
Really?
He hurt still. Yeah.
63. They're gonna just to spite the Dolphins. They're gonna go for or is the game over now? I suppose it's probably pretty close.
No, there's still half the quarter left.
Oh shit! I mean, might as well go. Was it? Is it 73 or what's the record? 71?
I don't remember, honestly.
Just to spite the Dolphins. I mean, like...
Yeah, it's funny. Aiden O'Connell would have... should have 5 touchdown passes, but they let a wide receiver throw one in the red zone.
No. Just, why not?
Yep.
Man, the Chargers, it's too bad because, I think Herbert's pretty solid, actually. I mean, is he hurt now?
He is hurt. That's why they're doing so bad.
Half the league quarterbacks are hurt, it seems. I know Cousins is not playing. Was Stroud for the Texans dinged up too?
He's in concussion protocol right now. So I think they said they're probably going to go with Davis Mills just to be safe. But
yeah, and then I mean Browns, although they've been finding some ways to win. The Browns are on a
Joe Flacco's slinging it, man.
Yeah.
Good old 97-year-old Joe Flacco's out there still.
Hey, just don't even sign him he's not a regular season quarterback. Sign him right before the wild card game. That's when you sign old Joe. Not to be confused with Buttzuka Joe, who is...
No, of course not. You never would want to sign him.
You would want him any time, even to touch any object resembling a ball.
Nope.
So,
or some other, interesting news is the greatest game ever made came out this past week and then proceeded to close 4 days later, the day before.
Huh?
Have you followed that at all?
Oh, is that the zombie one?
Yeah, the survival zombie MMO.
Yeah, I saw Donkey and Moist Critical playing that one, and the servers looked awful, and the game looked it looked like a worse version of PUBG or H1Z1 games that are 10 years old almost.
Yeah.
Well, H1Z1 is...
I think that is over 10. That is
over 10 years, but yeah.
Might even be did that come out before 2010? I want to say 2008, 2009.
But that's what it was reminiscent of, just only worse. It's just more empty and less activity.
Yeah. Hey, but it was $40, so it can't be that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the company that made the game closed 4 days later.
Oh, yikes. Well, the servers were pretty hot garbage. Yeah, Staley. Yeah, he's got to be gone. There's going to be some coaches in the hot seat. I think maybe Chicago, or did Chicago get rid of their coach too?
No, not yet.
Not yet. That could happen too. All right, folks, we are doing our final little button here to upload the index. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm going to call it a night. I'm a little tired, if you can't tell, and I will see you all in some stream in the future. Not sure when, but thank you all so much for tuning in. Appreciate you joining me, Parquad, and have a good evening.
Yeah, have a good evening, folks. Thanks, Dust.